Okay, here we are again. Watched the intro. So now we'll wait a minute and a half-ish, and then we'll get going. Watch me try and conserve body heat over here. It's like 7 degrees outside, so it's we have heat, but it's still it gets in your brain, you know. You get that feeling like, oh, it's actually really cold out, so your brain starts thinking in terms of heat conservation more than it does normally. Especially when you've actually been outside today, because I had to bundle up quite a bit just to get around out there. Oof. It's not my idea of a good time. That's the important part to think about there. Okay. Wake up. Come on, wake up. I'm sure I'll wake up once the battles start because, well, if you're not awake in those battles, you will be. Can't exactly sleep through them. This isn't the early game. Not that you could really sleep through those either, but, you know. I gotta start thinking. That's the point. Can't do that if I'm half asleep. Okay. I have hydrated. Let's get going.
$5 subscription, and what did I miss for last stream?
I'll tell you what you didn't miss, Lifeblood. You didn't miss me getting up on my own with no alarm and no Lucy to get me up. See, if it wasn't for the fact that I had to go get my wisdom teeth out, we probably would have gotten to this point around Christmas time, and I could have said, it's a Christmas miracle. It's a mid-January miracle, just doesn't have the same ring to it, you know what I mean? How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Custom Robo, the Stream Edition. Lifeblood, thank you for the 5-month subscription. You have become pentachromatic. I appreciate that. Last time we did some security jobs after doing the tournament at the training gym. We did a security job at the research lab, and the Z Syndicate messed that all up, and then we tried to do a weird call job for Bogey, and that was also crazy because an autonomous Robo attacked his back area of his shop. And yeah, it was all kinds of crazy nonsense last time, so hopefully today we'll be able to take it a little easier. I appreciate that, but, you know. Holy shit, indeed. I got up on my own. What? And John, hello. Welcome as well. Thank you for resubscribing yourself. That is 22 months. 22 chromatic, whatever that is. I'm going to look that up. Hold on a second. Let's see. So 22 prefix. Duo Vigent or no, that's 20. Vigenta chromatic. Duo. Why is it Duo Vigent and then it doesn't have the I there if it's 22 though? I would think it's, I don't know. It says Duo Vigent, so I'm gonna say Duo Vigenta chromatic. That's interesting. Interesting sounding, but yes, John, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Thanks, man. You great. You awesome. I love it. Thank you. Only 22, and I was proud for 5. No, you can be proud for 5. I'm just glad anybody sticks around, to be honest with you. But yeah, John's an old friend, so he's been around for a while, and I appreciate all the support he's given me over the course of the time that I've been streaming. It's great. It's fantastic. Okay, so now we can get on with the actual game. Let's do that. Thank you, I think. Oh, okay. Sure. She's not gonna, like... I feel like she's gonna be like, tomorrow I'm just not gonna get out of bed, and she's gonna be like, oh, what the hell? I thought I had it easy from here on out, but I don't know. Since it's before noon, I don't think it's worth it to even go bother Walt and his family, so I guess we'll just go to work. What do I do? I'm early. What do I do with myself? I just go to work. It's not that early, unfortunately. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Oh yeah, that's right. She had a nervous mental meltdown yesterday after the whole Rahu incident, so that's fantastic. Yeah, you could say that, Mr. Threw Me Under the Bus. Yeah, I got that from Sophie. I'm trying to figure out what he's spending the money on instead, to be honest. I swear, this guy comes up with a new excuse to keep all of our money every single day. Fantastic. Well, I mean, I guess that's fair. I could use the training, but then again, the game doesn't want to put in optional battles, because if it put in optional battles, that would mean you could miss parts. And if you miss parts for your Robo, you can never get them again, and the game doesn't want to do that because it wants to give them all to you. So, I mean, I guess you could just make optional battles where they don't give you parts for the Robo, but I don't know. Anyway, we're here. Yeah, I think we heard about that as well. Where did we hear about that? I think in the park yesterday. We got a mention of that. I mean, a phone call that actually swayed you into entering us into the tournament? Who called? Linda? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I mean, I guess that could be, yeah, that could be as illegit of a reason as any. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with our Class A, with your Class A license there, Harry. She's trying to break you in so that when she forcefully recruits you to the police squad, you can just blend right in. Oh boy. Harry, why don't you just direct me? Because, I mean, I know where it is. It's probably the only building left on the map that we haven't been to, but... Or no, actually, there's one other one that we haven't been to either, but... I mean, fair enough. 2 out of 3 of us don't want to go, so that's just fantastic. I'm all for it. I'm ready to do some more Robo tournaments, get some more... Well, I suppose it's not necessarily about the exposure for Steel Hearts, but hey, more experience for my Robo, I'll take it. I get more Robo parts that way, so of course I would want that. I still need to get the guns. I have to outfit 6 Robos by the end of the game. Gonna need a little bit more help here. I can't use the vertical gun on everything. I mean, I can, but not later. 100 people? Holy crap. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat all 100 of them, but it's probably some sort of an elimination tournament, so... That HQ looks disappointing. I mean, it's probably... They probably didn't build the architecture to be, like, super impressive, you know what I mean? It's probably just there, and they're like, oh, okay. We'll just make it our HQ, whatever. Oh, it's a waiting room? I'm surprised the chief of police would let that be a waiting room. That's interesting. Huh. I don't think we want to find out, and I don't think they'll let us, even if we tried to. Normally it's closed to the public. Today, however, it's closed to everyone that isn't in there right now. Fantastic. Okay, so how do I register if you can't let people in? Well, I hope you do okay. I hope I win. I need the money. Oh, well, these guys are here too. You'll see a lot of the NPCs here. I'm not going to talk to everybody, I don't think, because it's mostly just the same people we've seen around town the whole time. I'll talk to them when I have my time off at the end of the day, you know? So. Oh, okay, fair enough. Training room, let's go. Evil's here as well. And there's the chief. Serve and protect indeed. Yeah, I'd tell that to Roy. No, actually, Roy is pretty good. It's just he comes off as a bit of a pompous ass, but he's actually pretty good when it comes to Robos. So we'll get into that in a little bit when he's actually. I think he's an opponent in this tournament. I forget, to be honest. This tournament is long. We'll probably be at it for the first at least hour and a half of the stream today. So. I mean, are you just using the tournament to cultivate law officials with their Robo fighting, or is this like an actual act of public goodwill? Sometimes it's hard to tell. He practiced this in the mirror like 100 times last night, didn't he? This is the largest tournament this city has ever seen. They're all kind of disappointing as officers. I mean, I guess fair enough. Yeah, we do have to. I mean, you have bounty hunters in the area to pick up the slack where the police officers are lacking. So there's got to be something bad going on in the way that they do their job. So. Well, you hope so. All right, cool. Well, there we go. I don't know if they hate us, at least not at the, top level, but I think they project an outward dislike towards us, to be honest. It's just not like... It's like their requirement, basically. It's like a... They don't actually feel that way, they just feel like they have to say that because everybody else does. It's like a bandwagon inclusion thing. Singles and 2-on-2. Okay, well, there's 3. Okay, never mind. There's 2 of us, so I guess we've only got one choice, huh? Yeah. She's had an emotional breakdown yesterday, Harry. That's what's wrong with her. Oh, boy. Yeah, how are we going to tell the chief this? His best person is refusing an order. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That way we don't have to fight each other again at some point. Okay. Talk to everybody here and they'll tell you tutorial stuff until I'm ready to actually register you. And I think it's Star Tropic Syndrome again. I think you have to talk to every single person in this room, so yeah. Yeah, we should just leave her alone for now. She needs a bit. She needs a bit of time to figure out what the hell she saw yesterday. Well, yeah, apparently he's knows how to pick his words carefully so that they don't express that. I am entering evil. Who are you going to be partnering with? Excuse me. Don't you have 2 other people? So are you going to partner with one of them and then have the other one go to the singles division? Are you going to go to the singles division? What's going on here? Hey, kids. Yeah, are your parents... I was going to say, yeah, they're probably in the waiting room, aren't they? They probably registered you guys first and they registered themselves. They said they're squeezed in like sardines. Not that I've ever opened a sardine can to know what that looks like, but I can imagine. Not a big fan of sardines, I'll be honest. Most fish I'm not a big fan of, but, I mean, there's a few that I like. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So if there's 100 people registered, how are they going to do that in, like, an elimination-style tournament? Or is that, just like the, trying to think how they could do that. For 2-on-2, that might work, though, because you've got 4 combatants per fight, so you got 20 and then 10 and then 5. Well, I guess that still wouldn't work, right? Because then you'd have 5 and then you'd have, a spare team left over, so maybe they have like a winners and losers bracket? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much. There's a lot of people for this tournament, that's the point. So there's going to be a whole ton of battles in, like, back to back to back to back. We'll probably be able to go to the parts generator in the corner of the room there, in between a few of them, but probably not all of them, so. Yeah, something like that, or they're all squeezed into the chief's room over there trying to get registered properly. Just don't... Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say that too loud, because she's standing right there and she will probably beat your ass. Mira, don't mess around. Why? You think because they've got more people in the tournament they can win it? I mean, we just gotta be the underdogs then. Fair enough, I guess, but again, we just gotta be the underdogs and win out, that's all. Oh my god. These guys are self-aware of their own minor role as NPCs. I can't even believe. Again, this game's translation and script is just incredible. Like, every single character has something interesting or funny to say, and I cannot believe for a game this obscure that it's so good. It's great. Okay, so these guys are in B block. That's interesting. And they're in the 2-on-2 division. Maybe we'll fight them at some point. We'll see. Anybody else standing around over here? Did I miss anybody before I go talk to the captain and Sophie and all of them? Yeah, self-aware warning. The fourth wall is in danger. What's up, Roy? Not a big fan of that idea, huh? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out once the tournament's over. Yeah, sounds like a plan, Mira. You do your best too, and we'll see you in the finals. Maybe. Perhaps. I mean, who am I kidding? Probably. They're like the best of the police squad, so they'll probably be in the finals. Hello, Chief. I will do the best I can. What's up, Sophie? Yeah, I heard about that yesterday. Congrats. Good work. I just hope that they gave you enough water and food to make sure that you know, don't get parched while you're in the middle of all your commentary, because I know what that's like, getting parched in the middle of your commentary. It's no good. Okay, thank you, Harry. I thought I did. Oh, there we go. So I'm guessing all the singles division people haven't fully registered yet. They're still, because they're probably still in the chief of police's room getting registered. That's why the 2-on-2 can start, so. Oh, okay. So that's how they're structuring it then. So you got these different blocks, and then you'll have 8 teams total in the finals, so. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And they're not even all here. Wow, okay. And we're in D block. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna be here all day, basically. So yeah, you got A block up here, a bunch of nameless NPCs. You got B block, there's the couple we were talking to, with a bunch of other nameless NPCs. You got Evil in C block with a bunch of other nameless NPCs. Now, if that's true, that means we might be fighting Evil in our block before. Or no, actually, he's stuck in his block until the end of the thing, and then if they win in their block, they go to the finals. So, okay. Oh, they're in a different block completely. Okay, got it. Oh god, we gotta fight. We gotta fight Will and Wendy in the first... I always feel so bad for these kids, because they always get stuck with us first, and then we beat them so badly that they can't go any further in the tournament. It's like, how are they ever gonna live up to their hopes and dreams if we keep beating them down like this? Come on now. Alright, man, that's not cool though. What? Come on. Alright, Marsha's still being Marsha, so that's great. Oh, okay, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Sophie. Just gonna chat with everybody else. So do they all look exactly like you? Oh boy, yeah, the self-awareness is off the charts here. I mean, he probably is a little bit. His model isn't too great, but, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, then yeah. That is fair, Lifeblood. Failure is the first step to success, and failure is the best teacher that you can ever get. It'll teach you things for free, which is not normally how that all works. But, when you're little kids like this, I don't know, I feel like, in some ways... I'd like it better if they could make it to, like, I don't know, say the 3rd round or something. Maybe I just have a soft spot for kids, I don't know. What's up, neighbor? Well, we'll see what you've got this time. Yeah, but don't take them lightly, Harry. They can really mess us up, especially you, since they appear to be trying to mess you up. Oh my god. Oh boy. And yeah, he's still got his seal head model, so... And Harry's gonna explain the funky big head model now, so that's cool. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome. You're hybrid, opening the mobile app to listen. You're on PC for this message. Oh, nice. I would guess that that's to make it so that it's a little less laggy on your PC. That's cool. How you doing? Welcome. We are in the police tournament. And yeah, we're gonna see what we can do against Will and Wendy. I keep almost calling Will Walt. That's his father. Gets headshotted, starts taking notes. Yeah, pretty much. I understand wanting to fight Marsha. She's good with kids. I mean, yeah, that's true. And then Wendy, I mean, I think Wendy looks up to Marsha as a bit of a role model, to be honest. I mean, they both command Robos, and Marsha's pretty strong, so yeah, kind of a good role model for her, but, you know. I'll do the best I can to be a role model for Will, because I don't think Harry can be a role model for much of anybody, considering his his stuff that he's got going on. Anyway, we got the funky big head model. It has very floaty jumps, but it's really slow on the ground, so you want to try to keep it on the ground, because that way you... They called you a jerk. I'm not gonna rub it in, it's fine, but that's pretty good. Oh boy. Harry, just... It's relative, man. I love how he just maintains the face the whole time. It's pretty fantastic. I'm gonna guess that when you say Miku, you mean Marcia. Marcia's current problem is that she had an emotional breakdown yesterday when the Z Syndicate tried to take the autonomous Robo that attacked Bogey's restaurant. And she recognized one of the members of the Z Syndicate. She hasn't told us why or who they are yet, but the game gave us several very strong hints as to who he was. We'll get more information on that in a little while, so... Alright, so we're partnered with Harry for the entire tournament. Kind of. And he picks halfway decent parts. I mean, he's got the Gatling gun, he's got the wave bomb. Just watch for his pods, really. It's going to be a little bit of chaos with the pods and bombs going everywhere, but just try to, you know, stay away from his corner and you'll be okay. So here is Will and Wendy. Will still got the seal head. He's also got three-way, so that's something. I didn't even know what the reflection pod does, to be honest. It's probably interesting, but oh well, doesn't matter. He's got the feather legs for more floatiness. And then Wendy has the Swift model. This thing, I'm not a big fan of it. It's a little Raider, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so it's kind of like the what was it, Shrike or Peregrine? I forget which one we fought back in when Dendai Dan was fighting in the tournament, but it's in the same model type. So it's really small and runs very fast, but has basically no defense and basically no knockdown resistance. So if you shoot them once, they're gonna fall over, and then you can go from there. So she's got the vertical gun, which again is not something I'd use on this model. This model is tailor-made for short range, because if you're gonna be so frail as this model type normally is, you're gonna want to go as short range as possible so you can blast things as hard as you can. But whatever, we'll see. Can't wait to cosplay Marcia and have everyone call you Miku. Is that like her? Is that her Japanese name? I don't know what the Japanese translation looks like for this game. So we're at Little Locomotive again. I mean, I guess that makes sense. A brother, woohoo! Like how the girl's bot is, well, a girl. I mean, I guess it's on point, right? It makes sense for the character. So. Oh, her hair. Okay, so yeah, that's Hatsune Miku, right? I don't even know what a Hatsune Miku is, but yeah, the Vocaloid thing. I've never really even looked into that. I think I know it by like a passing glance. I can't even see my number. I'm gonna roll right over the top of this. Oh my god. Okay, well, someone's gonna shoot me right out of the gate, like that person. Ow. Ow. Who am I aimed at here? Oh, okay. Harry, I'm putting some pods down. Which one is there's my targeting one. My recommendation for this is shoot the person that's shooting you, or shoot the person that Harry is shooting. So that usually works decently okay. It doesn't always work, but it can sometimes work out okay for you. So, let's see if I can get on the same person Harry is. From up here I should be okay. I should probably target her since she's making a mess of me right now. There we go. That's not what I want either. I mean, I guess I'm okay with getting away from that. But... Alright, let's set some traps. This tournament is a bit of chaos. That's just my general... Like, you probably will have a hard time seeing everything that's going on, because it's just absolute nonsense going on at all times. There's just so many particle effects on the screen that I mean, maybe I'm just old, I don't know, but I sometimes have a hard time seeing what's going on. So. Okay, that should help a little. Let's get some more traps. And since she's right on top of me here. Here's how the tournament works, by the way. If you lose, everyone on your team loses. So, try to play defensively, especially if you start getting low-ish on health. So, and then just, you know, do something like that. That'll work, okay. Alright, we almost got her. We just gotta get her. If we keep pinning her down like this, poor context for that, considering she's like 6 years old. But yeah, if we keep fighting her like this, we should be okay. There we go. Hope you're not superstitious, Harry. Alright, good work, everybody. And do a barrel roll! You saw that one and thought, man, that's gonna tick over. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the number until afterwards, but yes, you were correct. It definitely did. So, Final Fantasy 13 logic, Persona logic, something like that. Some kind of logic, that would be nice. I usually don't have logic when I think about things in these games. No, that's actually not true. In a lot of the, especially the RPGs that I play, I do like test runs, or I keep notes for myself so that I have some idea of what I'm doing. Because, like in this game, you don't really need it because it's a shorter game and it's an action game, so you can kind of just play it by ear. But for a 60-hour-long RPG, sometimes it's hard to remember all of the things that you need to do in order to make sure that you get good stuff across the game, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it's a problem, but logic is lame. Embrace chaos, yeah. Indeed. Oh yeah, that's true. This isn't an elimination round. All they have to do is keep winning, and then maybe they'll still get in. It just depends on how many times we lose. That's not actually true, because if you lose, you just get checkpointed back to right before the fight. So basically, your team goes undefeated. It just depends on how many times you have to retry. So. Oh man, I know that that's just his entire character across the whole game, but I never get tired of watching people just dump on Harry. It's great. So, should show you guys Knights in the Nightmare. Enforce the law or let chaos reign. I think you mentioned Knights in the Nightmare a couple of times, and yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with checking it out, so. I do, you wuss, Harry, come on. The kids gotta learn failure early in their lives so they know that it's the best teacher, I think. Yeah, well, yeah, your entire block is just you. I'm you, but stronger. Oh, boy. Better pay close attention, then. Police and the couple in B block. That's cool. If you have to ask that question, she's probably not right for you, man. Just saying. Oh, boy. Are you sure? And a couple, yeah, there you go. Oh boy. Don't mind me, I'm just over here seething under my skin. So. Oh, okay, they must be doing pretty good then, if there is. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. There's just a sentiment among the police officers about, oh, you gotta call them bounty hunters and put like emphasis on it so that they know that we're trying to be nasty to them for no reason. Oh, it's those jackasses from the park that got stood up at that one girl, that one what was I calling her? Gold digger, that's what I was calling her. There we go. I almost forgot my own wordage. You just enjoy making kids cry. I don't know about that, Lifeblood. I can't say I've ever personally experienced that and not felt bad, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Again, maybe I just have a soft spot for kids, because I can't stand watching them cry either. I need to comfort them if they cry. I feel like I need to, anyway. Or at the very least, make them feel wanted and important in that situation, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, we gotta fight these guys, so let's fight these guys. Well, I'm glad they forgot about us, because if they didn't, they'd probably be table flipping over the fact that they still think we stole their date, so. Or they could remember us now. I mean, I guess that's a fair question. Oh. Well, actually, that's probably the greatest defeat that Mary could ever suffer, is being forgotten, so. I'm kind of okay with this. they're odd, but again, any loss to Mary is a victory for the rest of us, so... Taking candy from babies isn't fun if they don't cry. Oh my god. Oh boy. You drop kick some children in self-defense. Man, where did we go wrong in this chat? Usually it's me who starts up these dumbass conversations. I mean, I guess I sort of was the catalyst for it, but I don't know. Anyway. Oh, okay, let's get a lesson about moving from the Gatling gun. I'm an enabler, yes. I did this. It's my fault. Oh boy. I mean, I did know that, kind of, but... Yeah, you kind of want to, like, run in a circle around them, because the Gatling rounds, each individual round doesn't have good homing, but if you get hit by one of them, it's probably going to hit you with the rest of them, so... Alright, let's see what these guys have got. Probably one of them, at least, has the Gatling gun. Excuse me. One of them also isn't from this world, because he just phased into the table in order to start his little animation for the Holosseum. Oh, Harry picked the drill gun. Nice. That'll help us out quite a bit. He's going to be a short-range combatant in this one, so we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we got Criminal guy with a through-way gun. He's got pretty standard stuff. Nothing too special, I don't think. And then we got Splendor model for one of them, and he's got the Gatling gun. So I guess he's mine because he's got the long-range-ish gun. So we'll see what we can do there. Yeah, high five! Sort of works, so there you go. You enjoy seeing kids looking like Isaac? Oh, good lord. Isaac has so much PTSD. I ain't even played The Binding of Isaac, and I know that kid's got so much PTSD, it's ridiculous. Alright, we're in the Flower Garden again, so... Who's ready for Absolute Chaos Round 2? Let's do this. Play offense until we have to play defense. I didn't see my number. Go over here. Okay, wait, don't tick over. It didn't, good. Well, goodbye. I don't know who I'm running into, but I'll take it. Okay, I got the Gatling guy. Okay, that's fine. Well, get the hell out of here, man. Guess Harry's taking care of the Gatling gun guy for right now, so I'll just deal with whomever else we've got here. That's my spider. I need to get the hell away from that. Okay, hold on. Eh. Saw him right next to me, and I was like, yeah, I should probably do something about that. There we go. Yeah, it's mostly just picking the target that's closest to you, and then dealing with them that way, so... Or picking the target that's not being shot by Harry, so... There we go. Get a little damage off. Ow. Probably get blown up on my own spider pod, almost, but that's okay. That's my stuff that just got knocked down. We want to try to eliminate one of them if we can, because I don't want to be fighting both of these guys by myself. 1-on-2 is not fun, even if they're not too difficult, so let's try to pick them off while we can. There we go. Perfect. Gotcha. And I avoided having Harry get knocked out. He's living on 3. That's okay. Isaac has no PTSD, since in 99% of all endings and whatnot, he dies. Oh, great. That's fantastic. Yeah, see, that's what I get for not playing it, but yeah, if he does, so. See you in like 2 hours. Alright, Marie, sounds good. Hopefully nothing too crazy be going on in your, what you're doing in like 2 hours. But we'll see you in a little bit. I was going to say have a good one. I don't know if it's going to be a good one. Take it easy. And we'll get some checkpoints throughout the tournament here, so you don't have to do the whole thing all over again if you somehow fail, so. How are you going to get this friendship? And oh my god. You're going to get your friendship energy by beating each other up? Oh my god. These guys are a mess. They've got something strange going on, and I'm not here for it. Let's stop at the parts generator. We'll do a little circle. Looks like we got some cops to fight. So, trio pod and a crescent bomb. I don't know if a lot of the stuff in this tournament I don't really use. I think there's a couple of parts near the end that are a little bit better, but there's a lot of, like, junkier parts in this one that don't really do as good as other ones, at least in my experience, so. I'm not sure about being rich. This is the same girl from before, isn't it? She's checking out the competition that could go to the finals with them. Power of friendship is not that strong. I trust in the power of grinding. Unfortunately, you can't grind in this game, but I mean, if you could, it'd probably work out pretty good. I could have some of the best guns in the game before this point. And again, the game would probably end up feeling like several other grindier JRPGs around this point if you could, so. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of grinding, personally. I prefer to challenge myself by being as inefficient as possible and still being successful. If that makes any sense. Like, lower level than I'm supposed to be, not optimal strategies, memeing it up while I'm doing it, making mistakes and hitting a brick wall, and then eventually overcoming. That's the stuff that I like doing over, let me go grind for 6 hours, and then I'll be ready and over-prepared for this fight. Yeah. Not a big fan of that, personally. So, like, if I'm going to sit there for 6 hours, I'd rather sit there understanding the fight, you know what I mean, by learning it through experience rather than overdoing it and getting myself way overpowered for it. Not saying that that's what happens with everybody that grinds, but I've seen it happen before with several people, and especially in a lot of the older JRPGs like the ones I'm playing off screen right now. People say, well, I'm just going to grind up, and then I'll just go do the fight, and I'll be over-prepared. And it's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. But are you ever going to really understand what you're doing? So, I mean, you might just be. This might be a block of, you know, what would that be? 32 of yourself. So, oh boy. Yeah, the couple's doing pretty good. They're the one, they keep fighting when we're fighting, so they must be doing okay. Most of the time you do no grinding at all, and most of the time you're really under-leveled. See, and like I said, that's where I'd rather be than over-leveled, personally. Because I feel like you get to know a fight's mechanics a little bit better if you're under-leveled or under-geared for something, you know? So. Oh, really? Huh. They must have all vouched for the doubles division. 2-on-2. Why would you think they'd be disappointed? They evidently love each other very much, at least in the, you know, puppy love sort of a way. Oh boy. Marcia still having a breakdown? Yeah. Still having a breakdown. We're gonna have to do something about that, but anyway. Oh, okay, well, I guess that's fair then, yeah. Took off pretty good then. Okay, so who's our next opponent? Some police dudes. Let's see what they've got. Let's go and mess with the police. And in this particular case, we won't get in trouble for it, so that's great. Oh, okay, sure. Turn the safety off. I can still take you. No. If we win, it'll be because you lost. That's all there is to it. Oh my god. You guys keep talking out loud like this. Like, come on now. I mean, I guess they can't talk telepathically, but, you know. Oh, yeah. So basically what he's saying is that when you are shooting off the bomb, if you hold the control stick towards the opponent, it will move the targeting reticle closer to the opponent. Because usually the bomb will detonate, like when you shoot it off, it'll detonate right in front of where they were when you first shot it. So basically if you hold down the control stick in a certain direction while pressing the button, it'll move the targeting reticle ever so slightly in whatever direction you're tilting the control stick. And that'll let it go. So. Alright, let's see what we got. You saw a stream where a dude reached max level in Kingdom Hearts without leaving the Destiny Islands. It took a real-life week. Oh my lord, that is definitely a grind that I would not want any part of. That's for sure. Good lord. At least they're not arrogantly trash-talking. Yeah, I guess that's true. They're just trying to be like, well, you know, we gotta make you guys look good so that we can, you know, be more together about all this stuff. Whatever. It's fine. We're just gonna beat them anyway, or we're gonna get beat down because this, again, is absolute chaos, so. Let's see what we got. We got a vertical gun, and then we got a defender with a bunch of freezy stuff, and a booster and the drill. That could actually be a little sketchy. This is a Lightning Sky model, and so he'll fly around, and he's got the booster, so he'll go faster when he's flying, and so he'll probably try to play it a little short range with us. Maybe I should use the flame gun. I mean, the one guy's got the vertical gun, so maybe I should just use that and play defense, but I don't know, that's usually my MO, so. Okay, checkmate Foundry. I mean, a flamethrower for an urban area, I don't know, makes sense to me. Excuse me. I think we'll give it a shot. Let's try the flame gun out. We've probably got a couple other guns at this point that we could use. Oh, not that many, actually. So we'll just use the flame gun, what the hell, right? If he's going to try to play at short range, at least one of them, then I'm going to try to play at short range and get more damage off when they're not looking at me. Just get a sneak attack. Actually, that's a pretty good amount. I gotta move a little bit to get my numbers down. There we go. I didn't want to overmash, because then I would have ended up with some problems, so... Whoa, okay, get me the hell away from that guy. Harry, I'm putting a trap down! Harry, I'm about to get blasted by some dude with a drill. Almost. Oh god, that's my spider. Whoops. He's over there. Ow, ow. You know what? I'll go after this guy who's got all the freezy stuff. I keep thinking I've got the vertical gun. There's his freeze thing that he just used right there on me. So, get a little extra damage off. Spider, get away from me. Yeah, still thinking I've still got like the, what's it called for the vertical gun? I've still got like the muscle memory for it. So, as you can plainly see by me shooting from across the map and trying to hit people, that's not gonna work. Oh, hold on, this is... Oh, okay. No, aim at this guy. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I'm trying to chase him down or something, but I mean, at the moment I'm trying to get my pods off. Whether or not that's gonna work is debatable. There we go. Get some damage off. Oh, almost got... Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna... It's a little too much. I'm pressing the pressing my luck here with the I'm really jiving for the maximum possible range on that thing. Well, at least I hit him before I got frozen. Because getting frozen right now would not be good against the drill gun. Oh, I'm getting there. Yeah. There we go. Hit him at the end. Yep. Alright, well, Harry lost this one, but we won the end of it, so that's all that matters. As long as I don't lose, we can still win it, so. You guys know Overlord? Adam, hello. How you doing? Welcome. The anime or the movie? The game. Oh, okay. Can't say I'm familiar, to be honest, so. Sorry, but yeah, not familiar. You can explain to me what it is if you'd like. Oh no, we lost. It's because we took it easy on you. Sure. Whatever you got to say to keep your foolish pride intact, guys, whatever. I'd be ashamed of having that sort of a mindset. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Harry. Thanks, Sophie. Doing the best I can. Oh. Well, this is what happens when you put 32, 28, whatever it is, nameless NPCs in the same block. Oh, good lord. I love A block in this tournament because it's just they basically just destroy the fourth wall. If it was there still before this, it's just completely gone by the time this day is over. It's pretty great. No clue then. Essentially Pikmin, but evil. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sounds cool, like a tower defense or something. It sounds kind of interesting. So it's got like almost a little bit of strategy to it. You missed the joke. I was just talking about how A block, basically every single contestant in A block looks like this guy. And so if you go and talk to all of the people in A block, they basically all just make jokes where they're like, I don't know who I even am anymore. because they all look exactly the same. So like I was saying, if the fourth wall was there before this, it's just gone now. So, they've lost all their matches? I thought they were doing good because they were always fighting when we were fighting. I don't know. Oh, we got to fight their parents now. They're going to be a little upset that we knocked them out. Not knocked them out. This isn't a knockout tournament, so I'm going to grab the parts that we got the last time. Right flank bomb. Probably works pretty good with the left 5-way gun. I haven't tried that combination because you got something to cover the left, something to cover the right, you know what I mean? And then there's short thrust legs, which I don't really know that I'd ever use them, to be honest. Because, I mean, they decrease your dash distance, which I guess could be okay for something if you want to, like, create, like, cover distance really quickly at the expense of slightly less dash distance, but I don't know. Excuse me. Well, it's evil, though, so there's a distinct possibility that that's going to happen anyway. Walt, Carmen, hello, how are you? Sounds like a plan. Oh, ain't no thing. What? He didn't eat all of it?
No, we only ate like part of it.
Okay, leave it in here for now. I'll figure out what to do with it when I'm done.
Because you could probably eat it later when it comes back in.
Yeah.
We shouldn't leave them out too long.
No, I'm probably going to get them once I'm done streaming, so. Oh, the Overlord game is available on Steam? Okay, gotcha. Jokes aside, you actually meant the anime. You just took the opportunity. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I can't say that I'm familiar with any of the Overlord stuff, to be honest, so, yeah. Well, I guess that's fair, yeah. There's also that could be a bit of a problem, right? I mean, I guess if you guys take it easy on your kids, it'd be fine. Why? What's the problem there, Harry? You didn't know their name was... I mean, I guess she hasn't said her name is Carmen yet. Oh, this is gonna go over like a lead balloon. You guys never think of each other with your money, do you? That's why you always have these problems. You just... Oh my gosh. You guys just have these problems because whenever you have money, you only think of yourselves. You're supposed to be married. You have to think of the other one before you think of yourselves. At least that's what the institution tells me. I ain't been married, so I can't tell you. But, oh my god. There's no prize money for this tournament, you two, so it doesn't really matter. We're just... No, I'm not. Oh my god. Are you really gonna put on this display for your kids? It's not a wonder they look up to people like Marcia. They don't have any role models at home. Oh my god. Well, actually, yeah, I was gonna say, you guys seem to like to pick a bone with us when we cause you to have these things happen, but I don't understand their relationship, to be honest, but as long as it works for them, I guess that's okay. We called it. Their family is a little bit cursed, yes. They have some spats, we'll say. Yeah, so the charges are different on each Robo. I usually prefer Robo charges that are just go straight ahead with invincibility frames because it's nice and straightforward, but there are a few where that usually isn't the case. Like, in particular, the Earth model that we got, I use it differently, the charge. I don't use it to knock people down unless they're, like, super in-my-face short range, and usually by that point I don't get a chance to use a charge because they just knock me down anyway, because they're close enough to do that. But it basically has like an upward kick. I think I mentioned it before. It kind of looks like Chun-Li's kick from Street Fighter. And like one of her specials, that is. One of her special kicks. And usually I use that when they're knocked down. Like if I'm close to them, I'll run up to them and then I'll kick them because it does the most damage when they're vulnerable. So pretty much got it. No, I got it. We're good. Yes! Now you understand, Harry. Now you know my suffering. Every day through the walls, all I hear is an earthquake coming from their house. I'm getting a little over the top. Let's fight them. Let's see what they've got. So she's got the metal ape with the blade gun again, so that's pretty much the same as we had before. She's got high jump. I wouldn't really use that on this. Wide jump I might use on the Dower Head, though, because it's a tank head model. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really help your dash, and that's where the Dower Head gets a... or not tank head, it's a funky big head model, but that's where the Dower Head gets its air, is from the dash, so I guess maybe I'd use something else that gives you more dash power? I don't know. And they're on Waltz Arena, ice and snow, so this is gonna be terrible. Absolute insanity about to go on in here. I'm using the vertical gun because I don't trust the flame gun on this map with these two. I'm gonna play defense as best as I can. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, that's a 4, I think? Can't tell, Harry's in my way. Okay, I'll go over here. Don't tick over. It ticked over. Damn it! I shouldn't have touched the control stick! At least Harry got out quickly. Get the hell out of here before the secret pods have me for breakfast. I got hit anyway. Oh, that works a little bit, I guess. Hey, if you're gonna expose yourself... Oh, I get hit by something. Nice. Me and Harry both got the vertical gun on lock, so that should help a little bit. I can't hit him if he's in rebirth. I can hit him if he's on the ground, though. So, well, there we go. Got her. Aw. Oh, my spider got her on the way down. That was pretty cool. There we go. Let's go here. Set a pod down. Walt's right on top of me. That's okay. Got her, so that's good. These, okay, those are blade gun rounds. I don't want... I'm just going to focus on his wife, because she's pretty close at this point. And, oh, I thought she was done. She's living on 1! There we go. Okay, now we can focus on Walt a little bit, because now it's 2-on-1. And 2-on-1 usually doesn't result in you having too many problems, so... Get out of here before my spiders blow up. Let's get this down. Go get a bomb off. One of those. Let the spiders do the rest. Put extra spiders down because why not? I'm using the ice, which I really shouldn't, but there we go. Let's put that down. Ooh, look at all that damage we managed to get. Oh, what the hell was that? That was his gun. I don't even know what it is, and I don't want any part of it. If I get hit by something. There we go. Simple enough. We had a little bit of an easier time that time, though, because I focused down his wife, so... helps a little bit to make it so that it's 2-on-1 as quickly as possible. We got the right 5-way gun, that's probably what he was using, and the wide jump legs, probably also what he was using, so... He wakes up late because they do stuff late in the night and you can't sleep, so that's why he sleeps in. Yes, the truth finally comes out. Oh boy. I mean, that is usually how your arguments begin, so... And then split it 50-50, right? Oh, boy. Oh, these two will never, ever have a day of peace in their life. Oh, boy. Oh, good. We'll go to the finals if we win. Nice. So that must mean somebody only lost once in our block. I hope it's Will and Wendy. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, if you lost in the first round, it makes sense that would, you know, you wouldn't want to stay here anymore, so. It's just a conglomerate of us at this point, so I don't know who's gonna win, but it's good, I think. They probably, like, switched partners, like, a million times during that, and they're all like, wait a minute, nope, we gotta disqualify A block because they switch partners. And then they'll be like, wait a minute, you put all of us in the same block. We didn't know who our partners were. So. Oh, boy. Oh, they did lose to Will and Wendy. Nice. And the police squad is in last in D block. That's just great. Marsha's still having a heroic blue screen of death, so that's fantastic. Oh, there you go. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, they could have taken it easy on you for that. And they'll say it was for public relations, but... yeah, alright. Yeah, it's a hive mind block. They just all think and talk exactly the same because they are all each other. Oh, we gotta fight Bogey and, what was the waiter's name again? I think it's Lloyd. I don't think we've been told that yet, though. Maybe we should talk about this after? Oh, okay. Clever girl. I guess that's a fair point, too, yeah. Yeah, this is, it's promotional, yep. Guys, if we keep standing here whispering, the police are gonna get suspicious. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is not what he meant, but okay. Now you're gonna make them suspicious because we're overdoing it. No police dudes in the finals because they are bad. The generic policemen, yeah, for sure. Just wait until we fight Mira and Roy. Oh my lord, they can be pretty bad. Again, like I said, this 2-on-2 stuff is usually absolute chaos. Their fight is also absolute chaos because there's just projectiles flying everywhere. It's hard to find a good place to, you know, get some cover because there's just so many projectiles all over the screen. Yeah. So the Little Raider is basically what we've seen already in a couple of battles where we've had them. And, yeah, you want to move and move and move and not stop because as soon as you stop, you're knocked down. I don't know. Let's find out, Harry. See what Bogey's got. Police is useless in this world. Like I said, the generic cops in this world, they don't exactly do good stuff. So, yeah, you know. I think I just saw a very bad... That's a very bad thing, yes, actually. I just saw the gun that the waiter is using. Again, I think his name is Lloyd. So, Harry picked up a shotgun, so I guess that's going to be okay for the waiter. Let's talk about the gun that the waiter has here, because it's phenomenal. The stun gun. It's one of the best guns in the game. It has probably the lowest range of any gun in the game, but if you hit your opponent with this and you spam it, you can get hundreds, plural, hundreds of damage off before they get into rebirth after being knocked down, even with the added defense they have while they're knocked down. It's pretty damn incredible, and I am incredibly spooked by it. And then we've got a tank head with a bubble gun, so that's actually not a bad combo either, because the bubble gun, they're slow moving, but they take up a pretty wide range, so they can kind of keep you pinned in a certain spot, which I guess allows the waiter to stun gun you to death. So that's fun. I might use the flame gun. No, I think I'll stick with the vertical gun, actually. So, oh yeah, I gotta check their Coliseum. Let's see. Crevice Court. Okay, so it's a little bit of a small arena, which does not help me at all with the Peregrine running around, but you know, I'll do the best I can. Let's see what they've got, shall we? And what number do I get? It's gonna tick over. Start mashing now preemptively because I know I'm aware. Oh god. Get me out of here before Bogey gets me. Well, he tried to get me, that's for sure. He's got a tank head, though, so it's kind of hard to knock down. So, let me get to his friend there, knock him down a little bit. Yeah. Definitely my plan of action. Get rid of the guy with the stun gun as best I can. And played a little aggressive with him just to try to get some good damage off. Harry, get those pods away from me.
Oh, you can get hit by your...
You can get hit by your friend's pods and bombs, yeah, so that's not good. He's down, so let's actually do this. Oh, he's knocked down again. Good. Good. Harry, keep getting the damage off on him because he's the biggest threat in this match, that's for sure. You stay the hell away from me, little guy. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that shit. That's why I got all those spider pods down. He's creeping up on me again. There goes the stun gun, but thankfully Harry had my back. So, that's good. Okay, he's here again. He's down again. Go get him, spider pods! Oh, that's a beast pod, and that's not mine, so let's get that the hell away from me. Yeah, the saving grace, again, about the Little Raider models is that they have, like, literally no knockdown resistance. That's why I never use them, because they just get knocked down so easily. It's
really
so
fast, though.
they're really fast, but they're so hard to use because they get knocked down so easily. So
You just gotta outrun.
yeah, if you can run circles around your opponent,
Run circles
then
around them, you're fine.
it works okay. But
I don't really like those.
oh, good, I got the Lolly model. Fantastic. Yeah, we got the Swift model from this one, which is the one that Wendy was using a little earlier, and the Satellite Pod, which it might be okay.
I like Metal Bear.
I like Metal Bear too. It's very defensive and offensive. Remember some old games where the guards in towns are max level and you're like, trust me, you can kill the Demon Lord? Yeah, there's quite a few of them. There's one game in particular that I'm thinking of where that was the case, and it's like, okay.
Which models are the ones that can jump really high? I like those too.
Aerial Beauty.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty
Well,
good.
Aerial Beauty's good.
And then
Lightning Sky's pretty good.
the funky big head models can also jump pretty high, but their jumps are more floaty than high jumps, unless you give them a high jump, in which case then they're good, yeah.
Doesn't Evil have an Aerial Beauty model?
He has a Trick Flyer,
Oh,
actually.
Trick Flyer, yeah, those
So
are-
he's
that's what I was thinking
the
of.
one with the quick dashes that can get in real quick. They got like 3 quick dashes
They're
that they
pretty
can
good.
use. So yeah, I like the buggy in that particular class.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. They still do that in some games though, Lifeblood, where they've got like guards that are like super high level that can basically, if you run towards them while aggroing something, I'm thinking in particular of certain MMOs and stuff. If you run towards them with stuff aggroed to you, they will just kill it because they're like, oh, that person's in trouble. So. Everyone has a Robo. That means that main character was super poor for not having one. Oh yeah, definitely super poor. I mean, I was living off of my father's whatever inheritance he gave me. By this point in time, considering he left like 10 years ago in game, that probably's dried up pretty good. Anyway. Sounds like a plan. Will do. Yeah, good luck with all the new customers you'll get. That's the idea, Harry. That's the idea. Excuse me. Okay, so we have won our way out through D block. I mean, of course we did. We won all our matches, so. And looks like E through H will also be going from there. So we're gonna be paired up with one of the ones from the other 7 blocks. Why is that one guy still in battle pose over there in A block? Maybe just to look different. I don't know. It's like I have to contain my identity somehow. I'm having an existential crisis. Okay, so they'll pair us up. There's 8 teams of 2 now. So then we'll just have, 4 matches and then 2 matches and then 1. We're about to begin. Where is everybody? Oh, they're over at my block. Okay. I was going to say, I thought we were going to use this table for this, but no, that's just in the finals, so. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Got a little time to think now, eh, Marcia? Now that there's nobody here. Oh, did the police squad... I thought they got last in their thing. Oh, God, we got to fight Mira and Roy. Oh, no! Oh, okay. Did you guys not win out? That's unfortunate. You guys will win the next one, that's all. Probably because we won't be entering the next one. Well, Marcia's having a bit of a problem. Your parents, they've got their own stuff going on. Okay, well, that's good, at least, I guess. Oh, okay, I see. I wonder if one of the ones that won in B block was that one Pauly guy that needed the insurance money. I mean, it doesn't help him here because he can't get insurance money in this tournament, but, Okay, so there's the Swift. There's the Satellite Pod. Again, probably won't use either one of those, but... Matter of fact, I know I won't use the Swift ever. So, it's like shooting myself in the kneecap. So... Yeah, your identity can finally be your own again. Alright, well anyway, we gotta go fight these 2. Here we go. Yes, it is. And as it turns out, we pulled one of the toughest matches out there. It was our first round in the semifinals. Well, likewise, Roy. We'll see how good you guys are, so... Oh, boy. Well, I'm glad that I could provide a fight that you're looking forward to, at the very least. That's because we mostly face up against people with their safeties off, Harry, so, Some advanced tips? Okay, sounds good. Swift looks just cute. Oh, yeah, easy win. That would be great. I would love it. But I know how much projectile hell is about to come my way, and I'm not anticipating an easy win. So... yeah, flying straight towards them is a recipe for getting smacked in the face with their guns, so... try to circle a little bit, which... that is actually a good tip. You know your stuff, Harry! It sounded so good, I'm gonna say it again! There you go. Yeah, I got it this time. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to, but hey, if I've had anyone as a partner against your sister, I'd want it to be you, because you can kind of show me and tell me what she's really good at doing, and then we can go from there. So we got a couple of new models in this one, actually, which is pretty good. Harry, what did you bring? Vertical gun, that's probably going to help us pretty good, because one of the models that we're fighting is an aerial beauty model. It's Mira's aerial beauty model, the Soul model. It is the speed variant of the aerial beauties, if I recall correctly, so it's pretty frail, but it does pretty good damage from what I've seen, especially with this gun, the ion gun. So this is... it's kind of a weird gun. It has a lot of homing, or rather it has a lot of area of effect to allow it to home in on you. The rounds are pretty big, basically, so it makes it kind of easy for them to shoot you. And that's why I'm spooked by it, because I'm going to want... yeah, the rounds move slowly, that's the only thing. So we're going to have to kind of circle around her to make sure we don't get hit by that stuff. But Ion and Delta is pretty good. This has 3 bombs that it shoots out around your target. So... she can kind of pin you down with the Delta Bomb and then shoot you with the Ion Gun, and things will go very poorly for us, so... excuse me. And then Roy has his Halberd. This used to be my favorite model in the game. It's a Strike Vanisher. It's the speed variant, if I recall correctly. And, yeah, it looks really cool, to be honest. It looks like a, I don't know, some sort of weird, like, Gundam-Falcon combination. So, it's pretty cool. He's got the Magnum, which is kind of like the shotgun, except it's... if I recall correctly, it does a little more damage in exchange for a little less knockdown. Not that that matters to us, because we'll get knocked down by it anyway, but, you know. The Geotrap it lingers on the screen for a long time, so you just gotta be a little careful with that. I don't know why he'd want Short Thrust with a Strike Vanisher, I guess to give him more iframes, but hey, you do you, Roy. So yeah, this might be a little tricky. We got High Rise Cell, so there's also Magma to deal with, so that's fantastic. I'm just going to stick with what I've got. If we keep spamming the vertical gun, they won't know who's shooting at them, and that will confuse them. Except it won't, because they're the AI, so that's wishful thinking, but, you know. Alright, let's see what we can do. And we'll see what my timer says eventually. There we go, okay. It's not bad, I can kind of go like this. And be almost to 1. As a matter of fact, I'm at 1 right away. Who am I on? Oh, okay, good. Go in the lava. Harry, I was trying to shoot that, but that's okay. Just gonna do that while I can get some free damage off. She's not looking at me, so that's the important part. Oh, he's in Rebirth. Oh, that's a Geotrap. Get me the hell away from that. Let's put some of these down. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Slightly. Just watch that there lava. Ain't all about that. So, Roy, you didn't get knocked down. Oh, I shot him out of the lava. God damn it. That's not good. That's not what we want. We're actually doing pretty okay so far, though. Almost went in the lava there, but you know, it's fine. Get a bomb off and we'll go from there. Oh, she's aiming at me. Get me away from that ion gun. I don't want anything to do with that. She's in Rebirth. Hold on. Oh, it's 2 on 1. Very good, very good. Harry, I could have gotten a charge off. Stop it. Aw, she went across the thing. So now I'm not going to get a charge off. Nice shot. Actually, that was an easy win. I am incredibly surprised that that went as well as it did. So, apparently we worked pretty good together with that one. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any of their good Robo parts from that fight, so that's not good. I mean, we get the bubble gun. That can be kind of useful. Especially if you're using a funky big head model, because you can kind of like float over all the cover and then shoot this big gigantic bubble at them. So, also the wall bomb. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. Yeah, trust me, Lifeblood knows what he's talking about, so there you go. You did underestimate me. But see, Mira wins anyway with Harry, because if he loses, well, she wins. And if he wins, she can say, Harry, you've gotten really good. You should join the police squad. And he hates that, so... See, she wins no matter what. She has it all down to a Xanadus gambit, so... Well, she had an emotional breakdown yesterday, so that's great. She is not, but we will hopefully fix that before the end of the day today. Yeah, I should probably go do that. Before I check up on her, let's go grab some Robo parts, though. We got a bubble gun and a wall bomb. Those can be useful with trapping opponents, actually, so, I mean, I guess there's that. If you want to play trap, you can. Something did happen, and you were present for part of it, so... Not that you did anything, Mira, but you know what happened, so... I guess Roy and Harry have a bit of a beef, don't they? Oh, well, oh boy. Alright, so it's these two guys against Evil and his friend, his lackey. Nah, I think I would have had to get beaten either by Harry's sister or by Evil, so we'll go from there. Roy has a crush on Harry? I mean, I could see it. They probably have some UST. I don't know. I don't know what direction they all swing, but whatever. It's no big deal. They can like who they like. It's completely unfounded because the game, I don't think, ever gets into who anyone has a crush on other than Harry, who has a crush on every moving female in the game. So, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, you gotta win this match first, otherwise we'll be fighting the faceless ones. I mean, that's probably true, so... Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess they lost to Evil already, so... Oh, a crush on Mira? Yeah, I mean, that's possible, yeah. I mean, usually they don't allow that sort of fraternization, but, I mean, people get away with it all the time in TV shows and stuff, so I could see it happening, so. Sophie, any parting words of advice? I need to cheer Marcia up. Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't think you have to talk to everybody else, but I'm gonna do it anyway, so. Yeah, who'd have thought, especially as badly as they did. Marcia, you've been alone all day. Your alone time is up. Oh, great, she won't even talk to me. Harry, she won't talk to me. Not good. I mean, I know what's bothering her. But I guess it's kind of a story bit, so. Oh, I like it. Good work, Harry. Lie to her. Lie your pants off so that she's forced into a situation where she has to confront the only other thing that we've seen her do well, which is robo battling. Crush on Harry, you crazy fool. I don't know. Maybe it's just all the streaming I've done. Some of the times I've chatted with other people have given me some weird thoughts lately. Well, not even lately. It's been since probably 2018-ish. So. Oh, great. Marcia, I'm appealing to your better judgment. I can't believe how easy that was. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess we work for the same company, so it makes sense. Would have been nice if Marcia got to win out in the singles division, though, but oh well. What can you do, right? I'll tell you what I will recognize. Boy, that typo. I didn't see it the first time. Fantastic. Anyway, I don't think anybody says anything different now, though, so I guess I'll just go from there. Except maybe Harry. I mean, fair enough. If it works, so... I will do the best I can. I will make sure she is okay in this match, or I'll throw under the bus because Evil and his lackey target her exclusively. So, yeah, run, Harry, before she decks you in the head! Okay, anyway. Marcia, I know you're deep in thought, but I'm gonna need your help, so. We had to change places. He has an awful stomachache. Well, fair enough. I don't think you have a choice, Marcia. I mean, are you literally gonna throw me to the wolves here? I can't one-on-two these people. Oh my god. That is the most relatable portrait of evil I've ever seen. Wow. I can't believe how much of an impact that made on me. Oh. Well, I guess that is a way to do it. This is supposed to be a 2-on-2 match, but if 2 of our people won't fight, then, I mean, I guess he's not fighting because Evil told him to take a break, but yeah, okay. I don't need anybody to save me from you, Evil. I mean, I guess that's fair. I'm okay with it. Oh, good, you have some tips for me. Fantastic, I'll take it. Yeah, most passive teammate now, yeah, in the finals, come on now. Yes, actually, you'll if you read the tooltip for the guns and the bombs and the pods and all that stuff, you'll see that they'll say either aerial and ground fire is the same, or they'll tell you in aerial fire it does something different, so. No, I read a little bit about it, Evil, so I was aware, but I'll pretend like I didn't know it just because you need to save your street cred, so. Sure. Encore, mon ami! Yeah, no, anyway, I got it. That was in my job description, so. Alright, let's knock Evil down again, or get knocked down ourselves. I'm okay with both. He doesn't seem like he's that evil, no. It's just kind of an ironic name, to be honest. It's there to fool you, I suppose. He's just kind of... It's just there to kind of be like, well, he looks like he'd be evil, but he's not, so. I'm okay with that. It flips the expectations on its head, you know what I mean? So he's still got the juggler model. He's got a left pulse gun. And, I mean, the other stuff is pretty standard. I think, yeah, you gotta watch for this bomb, though, because this is the best standard bomb in the game, because if you get hit by the payload of this one, it will knock you down immediately. It doesn't matter how much knockdown resistance, it doesn't matter how many bars of knockdown you have left, it'll knock you down. So just be very careful of his bombs. We got high-rise plaza. I'm okay with that. I can get some good cover. And yeah, we got to stick with the vertical gun because he's got a pulse gun, so that's kind of long range. Yeah, he's more arrogant than evil. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's very self-centered, so I suppose some people could, you know, that could come across to some people as evil, but he doesn't really do anything evil. So he's just kind of there to be a prick. And, I mean, I'm okay with that, to be honest. If he's a prick, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. I'll win the fights anyway, so what do I care? There we go. We're at 1, he's at 6. This is what I'm talking about. Blech! There we go. Free 201 damage right away. Yeah, don't get hit by that. That's the point. See that little shockwave that was there? Oh, that's my pod. There, but thankfully he's pretty easy to knock down, so that's kind of nice. Again, he's using a speed model, so that kind of helps us quite a bit in terms of the knockdown effect. So I'll just hit him with that. Oh, good. Well, I can kind of pin him down and let my pods do the rest, so. There we go. Nope, don't think so. He's in the center to pin him down a little bit. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that. So. Nice, Spider Pod. Good work. Good work. I have trained you well. Let's shoot that off a little bit. There we go. I know the vertical gun is supposed to be a long-range gun, but sometimes I use it like a shotgun just for the hell of it. Adds a little bit of variety, right? Some spice, some zest to my life. Because they won't give me the shotgun until like the last day of the main story. Aw. I was kind of hoping that'd be enough. It was not. It's okay. This'll be enough. Oh. There you go. Man, I hit him almost as hard as I hit, as the Rayo 1 hit that guy in the intro to this game. Just slide right in and... And he gave us access to the left pulse gun, so that's not too bad. We just got the right pulse gun, if I recall correctly, so... Fair enough. I didn't take... You know, if I hadn't gotten hit by my own spider pod in that one, I wouldn't have taken any damage. Now that I think about it. Actually, that sounds about right for me. I usually, if I'm gonna get it perfect, I usually end up self-destructing myself. So... I guess that's why you're his lackey, because you'll believe any shit that he digs up. Sure. Whatever. Anyway, that takes care of that. Ah, okay, yeah, so there's only one team, and as it turns out in this case, it's just me, because Marcia's not fighting, that made it from here, and then there's one team from the training gym. So we'll have to see who that is in just a moment. Oh, that's not good. Ernest and Linda? Oh, this is gonna suck. Mira, any advice? Yeah, not really. Well, you guys did a good job with the PR then, because you allowed everyone else to be better than you. Allowed, in big quotes, so. Metal Carter and Dark, I don't know if I'm familiar with that stuff, but they will probably kick our ass a little bit, so we'll see in a minute. Ernest himself actually has a really solid combination of Robo and gun. Linda's is a little bit less ideal, but it's still pretty damn good for her model. I'd use a different gun from what she's using, but hers is pretty good, so. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you got your work done early, so. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, not everybody's gone home yet. Yes, he is. Well, if he's furious, he sure has a good way of hiding it. He's pretty good at that. Anyway, there's the left pulse gun. Good, good. Probably won't use that, but Ernest, what are you doing here? I'm surprised you entered a tournament with no prize money. Linda must have called and said, "Nah, hey, you want to be a partner?" And he was like, "Yes, Linda." That sounds like a fantastic idea. Because, you know, he likes Linda. No, I don't think it's that you got lucky. I think it's that you've got a good combination of Robo parts, and the two of you are a pretty good team, actually, because one of you distracts people while the other one shoots with a really high-power gun with the strongest Robo in the game offensively. So, well, everybody went home, Sophie, so. Yeah, I know, we're up against our boss and also Linda, so that's fun. Marcia, I am not going to be able to do this by myself. I really hope you get over yourself in a minute. Scientist now needs to be particularly good at his luck. Distract with the Robo or the body? Yes. Well, Harry's not here, so not as much distraction with the body. I do like her Robo, though. It's going to be one of the 6 models that I use in the post-game when we actually get access to it. We won't get access to it for a little while in the post-game, but it is pretty damn good, so. It's another armor model, so. That's not that surprising considering what Robos you've got, and also that Linda is the chief researcher at a Robo research lab. I would imagine she had to blow off a little steam after all of that, Harry, and this looked like a good way to refresh yourself. He's actually kind of right. Linda's the distraction in this one. Ernest has, like I said, a very high-powered combination of Robo and gun that will definitely murder me. You're gonna say that in front of your boss? Do you have no spine, Marcia? Come on now. Fine, I'll do it myself if you want something done right. Anyway. Oh yeah, we've been seeing a few of those. I haven't really made too much use of those, but yeah. Yes, so that's how you differentiate between the different types of standard bombs or the different types of certain other types of pods and that sort of thing. They'll have a different letter next to them, and that indicates the payload and how it affects your opponent. So like you may have a standard bomb like mine that immobilizes your opponent, so like the S might stand for stun or something like that. And then you have the standard K bomb, which means standard knockdown. It always knocks them down. And then there's other ones that do other things, so. Got it. Not even gonna give me a choice. I'm going in! She'll be fine, because it's 1-on-2. I'm gonna need the rest after this one. Oh good, Ernest even has the fancy stance that I was talking about in the last episode. Your brother? I mean, wherever he is, he can't help you at this point. He's somewhere else, so... She's been having a heroic blue screen of death because she misses her brother. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. Give her a talking to, Harry. You gotta carry your own self, girl. Yeah, thought I was going to lose, yeah. You're so self-concerned that you're letting everybody else do all the fighting for you, and it's making us all have to go into a significant amount more effort just to do the things we could do easily if you were just there to help us. See, I throw Harry under the bus a whole lot, but I'm glad that he's able to give her this talking to. He's, like, not afraid to say all this stuff, you know? And so that's good. And you're doing him a disservice by standing here and moping about him not being here. He would want you to stand on your own 2 feet anyway, Marcia. No, you really haven't. She is getting crazy. She's getting so crazy. Harry's talking in wingdings. Well, he can still protect you, but you have to do him a service by actually protecting yourself. That's how he protects you at this point. So... And frankly, there are people that depend on you, because if you don't go into this fight, I am 100% going to lose it, so... Well, yeah, we're trying to help you, so... You're starting to like Harry? Good, because his character... I mean, Marcia's character gets pretty good later, too. It's just that Harry... The thing about Harry is that he's not afraid to say stuff, right? Like, he'll just say whatever shit is on his mind, and sometimes it just makes him the butt of the joke. As a matter of fact, most times it makes him the butt of the joke. But sometimes it helps, like in this situation. Well, yeah, I mean, that does make sense, sure. We gotta do this, Marcia. Get in here. Help me with this 2-on-2. I'm just glad the fight didn't start yet. Well, I mean... Oh, okay, I guess we were doing a practice round. Alright, here we go. Jesus Christ, that face! What is that? This game is great. I love it. Okay, so here's why I'm concerned. So let's take a look at Marcia, first of all. So she's going to use what she always uses, the Milky Way with the homing star. So she's pretty good. She's got a standard X-Bomb, which blows them up in the air, which helps with the homing star, so that's good. She's got jumping pods and stabilizers. She's pretty good, that's the point. Our opponents are also pretty good. This is the strongest Robo in the game, the Metal Bear. It's a metal grappler. It sacrifices a teeny tiny little bit of the Metal Ape's speed, like half a point of speed, and it has maximum attack and defense, like 5 out of 5 attack and defense. And he has a sniper rifle, which is a fast round that shoots straight ahead. It has very little homing. No, actually, I think it has a little bit of homing, actually, now that I think about it. It has a lot of ending lag on it, which is why you want to kind of camp with this particular model and this particular gun. You want to be behind a wall after you shoot, so... Ernest is going to play kind of a keep-away game, which is not good for us. He's got an Acrobat Bomb. This is an interesting bomb in theory, but in practice it's pretty bad. Basically, it launches you straight up in the air. The only problem, and it does no damage to you when you shoot it, the only problem with it is that it also takes 1 knockdown bar out of you as a sort of a penalty. And yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of that. The rest of his stuff is kind of not useful. I wouldn't even use long thrust for him, but whatever. In the meantime, Linda has a Seeker model. This is actually my favorite of the Lightning Skies because it's the armor model. It's kind of cool looking as well. And she's got a Hornet gun, which has slow-moving homing shots that will chase the target. Kind of like how the spiders chase their targets once they walk into range. These will chase your target for a little while. And that will make this incredibly bullet hell chaos, this match, because of all the crazy projectiles that are about to go out, but we'll see. You whooped his ass without playing. He's really not good. We'll see how it goes. Thankfully, there's no ice to deal with. We're using Marcia's map, the L formation. And that actually should help us a little bit, because that means Ernest can't get as much cover as he'd like to get with his particular Robo. So that should be pretty good for us. I'll just use the standard set that we've been using, and we'll see how it goes. Let's hope I can back it up now that Marcia's here, because I'd hate to lose at this point. Okay, I'm on a 4, so... Go here, get a 1, there we go. Where am I going first? Okay, well, that works. I was going to charge, but yeah, it didn't really work out, so... Let's get some of these off. Someone's shooting a bomb at me. There's the Hornets. Let's not deal with that. There we go. Get an overload, because she had those Hornets coming at you. That's one of the good things that you can do about the Hornet gun to kind of make it so that you don't have to deal with it, is get an overload. Because if you get an overload, the Hornets go away, so that helps quite a bit. I'm going to go over here, because she's definitely trying to blast me and overload me at this point, so... There we go. Get a little damage off. She was trying to throw a pod or a bomb or something at me from the top there, but it sure as hell didn't work. Wow. There's the sniper rifle just there, so... Clipped her at the end of her little dash, so... I'm going to have to get you. There we go. But yeah, try to take advantage when they're not looking at you. That's probably the best time to get damage off, so... Like in this particular case, we can kind of rescue Marcia a little bit by shooting at Linda, because she was looking at Marcia when she was shooting there. So when they're not looking at you, they're very vulnerable, so that's the point. And there goes Ernest. And here goes Linda. Goodbye. Okay, I mean, that worked out pretty good. Good work, Marcia. And she's embarrassed even in her victory pose. Fantastic. And there's the right pulse gun for us. So we must have had a different gun. We must have had like the 5-way or something. We also get the acrobat bomb. But that's okay. We did. Very good, very good. I guess it wouldn't have mattered really though, right? Because like it's anyone in Steel Hearts could have won this one. It wouldn't have mattered who won, but well, there you go. Hey, what are friends for, right, Marcia? Just have to get you out of your rut. Yeah, and it didn't really work out in this case. Boy, that would be nice. It would make you a little bit more personable. Hopefully it would help with your emotional outbursts, and by that I mean breakdowns, so. Well, he's a poet, so yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that actually explains how you two know each other then. Okay, cool. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, basically. Our boss is a pretty prolific guy, huh? Oh, boy. Hey, you know what? That sounds like a plan. Will there be food? I'm always down for free food. Lucy doesn't feed me because I have to make my own food. So. Oh, okay, fair enough. No, Harry. I was gonna say, your sister's going to kick your ass if you do. So. Okay, so we gotta go to Harry's house next, and apparently they're helping, he's helping her cook dinner. Fantastic. Oh no, we won't, don't worry about it. Okay, let me go wander around actually. See what everybody's up to, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, in order to go to Harry's house, you actually go home, basically, and then you'll be automatically taken there, so. Hey, you're welcome. Just glad to see you're feeling a little bit more chipper. So that's good. Yeah, let's chat with a few people while we're at it, so. Yeah, that's the plan. I just want to see what everybody's up to first. Thanks, Chief. Yeah, I guess I got a little sweaty from all the robo battling, so for now. Or you could just enjoy the free food. I mean, I guess Harry's there, so Roy doesn't want to go by... yeah, by default. So... Excuse me. That's because you don't win tournaments, sir. Just saying. Let's grab our prizes. Not that the Acrobat Bomb is much of a prize, but, you know. What's there? Anybody else? Nope, looks like everybody else cleared out. I guess we'll do the same, then. Still off limits over here? Yeah, kind of figured. They must be doing some secret stuff over there. And, yeah, now the police are the only ones allowed in over there as well. So, what's this room for? Ah, investigation room. Okay. Probably trying to figure out where Marv went, although apparently they caught him, so... They still have his wanted posters up, though, so maybe they should figure out what they're going to do with those. Harry and Mira's house, incidentally, is this big, fancy apartment building looking thing here. I don't think the whole thing is their house. Like I said, I think it's a big apartment building, but yeah, that's where they live, so... Oh, good, they're beating each other up. Sure. Oh boy. I mean, I guess if it works for the two of you, I guess. I don't know about brain dead. I mean, I don't know what the Z could stand for either, so. Fair enough. Remember when you used to have to buy a dictionary? I do. Now you can just look that shit up on your phone. Feels like we lost a little literacy in the process. Oh boy. Of course. Anyway. She's the head of the syndicate? I don't know about that. Yeah, of course. Not to ogle her or anything. Oh boy. Is this why people always post that men only think of one thing and it's disgusting meme? That kid's not helping us. Oh, okay. Well, what do you mean? Why? Oh my god, not again. Well, I mean, I'd be worried about both. If you keep having earthquakes happen, your restaurant's gonna fall over. Maybe. I guess it depends on what they make the structures out of, you know, but... Oh, Sherry's out here. Okay. Hey, what's up, Sherry? Thanks. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, she was going out with Ernest, so I guess that makes sense. Well, she lightened up today, so... I wonder what's on her mind. Maybe we'll find out a little later. I don't think there's anybody else out here. I like talking to Sherry because you don't get a lot of opportunities to talk to her in this game. Most of the time she's in the lab, and the vast majority of the times you can go to the lab in the main game, not the post-game. Post-game you can visit her a little bit more often, but in the main game you don't get to see her very often. And I mean, she's a unique character, so you know, sometimes it's nice to chat up the unique characters. I thought you were going out with Linda. Maybe you're here to wash up too. Maybe you're just taking a break. Waiting for the water to warm up in the shower. That's it. Something like that. Let's see who's at the training gym. Sophie had to go back to her job? Oh my god. Well, you were there though, Sophie. What do you mean you can't believe? Maybe she has a twin sister. Let's see. So, police squad goons that took it easy on us, probably. These guys are probably fighting for their identities. And this is the kid who has his dad at the research lab, right? Yeah, and you're gonna have to find a partner. I mean, I guess you could partner up with your father, so... He seems like he's pretty good. Let's go see Trish, and then we'll go home. What's up, Trish? Slow day, huh? I did, yeah. I'm surprised, to be honest. I keep winning out. My streak is gonna end soon, though. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you pretty much probably had to stand here for most of the day with no customers, except this guy. Oh, this is the groupie policeman, okay. No, that is not how that works. Well, maybe if you spent less time studying the police's every move and more time studying the Class D stuff, you'd pass it. Come on, man. Hey, Lucy, I'm home. You could call it work, I guess, so. Thank you. A peanut sneezing tournament? Yeah, I am a little afraid to ask that too, actually. Uh-huh. When did this happen exactly? You said when you were young, but like... did it happen in the Stone Ages? Like, when was the last time that something like this could have actually happened and people could have found entertainment out of it? Actually, I shouldn't say Stone Ages. This sort of stuff probably happened all the time in, like, the early 1900s even. So... yeah, I imagine it would also hurt your sinuses, though. Good lord. I trained every day to send my peanut to the moon! Sounds vulgar. Anyway, let's save it, and then we'll go have some grub over at Harry's and Mira's place. Oh look, my watch actually functions like a watch. I was starting to think it was just a bracelet. That's okay, though. Off we go. I think most of the people say the same things, though, if you go talk to them after this, so... except for Lucy. I don't know if you could call it a date, more like a friend's house, but... yeah, I was invited to dinner. No, ma'am, you cannot. Well, you could have said you're going to the Mira's place, and then she could be like, "Oh, Mira, I don't know who that is, but she sounds cool." It is a dull. If it's just Harry, then yeah, it's a bit dull, but it's not just Harry, it's Mira and Marcia and whoever the hell else decides they want to show up. So now we have all of the locations marked on the map. We even have Harry's house marked. We don't get the statue marked, but we can't go to the statue. Yet. Maybe later. Hello, everyone. I have arrived. What's up, Marcia? I did spend a lot of time wandering around town, so I guess that makes sense that you beat me here. Oh boy, these two. I was gonna say, she's gonna talk about work outside of work? Oh boy. I guess we pigged out though. Look at all the food that's gone already. I mean, there's still a bit left, but still. Oh my lord. Oh boy. I mean, I guess that's fair. Yeah, he would kind of be under her wing as long as he's a police squad person. And yeah, he wants to fly on his own, so. Hey, you guys have been kind of quiet. We've had to pick up a bunch of slack here, haven't we? Oh look, they have a parts generator in their own house. That's interesting. What exactly does that mean, though? That's a very nebulous... we want a good relationship with the public. Like, what does that even mean? Oh yeah, and there's that too. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm actually kind of with Mira on this one, though. We're here to pig out and chat about stupid shit rather than talk about work, so... oh, thanks. It was a gift from my dad. I'm surprised you could see it under the table. Yeah, it's from my dad. Yep. Again, I'm just surprised that you brought it up, but okay, fair enough. I mean, it is a bit unusual. Again, it looks a little bit more like a bracelet than a watch, but maybe it's digital. Probably. This is a fancy Robo society, so it's probably digital. It's the only one of its kind. Yeah, I mean, it's... take a guess, because I got nothing. Yeah, I don't really know what he did. That's the problem here, really. Yeah, he kind of just came and went, honestly, so. I wonder where he went. I mean, the implication that we've had so far is that he's dead, but I guess we don't know that for sure, do we? Oh, I guess we do know that for sure, because we got a letter saying he died at work. Never mind. Carry on. It had its toll, sure. There is that, too. Yeah, it didn't have a return address, so. And who sends a letter in a society like this, anyway? You'd think, yeah. He didn't really give me much to go on, I guess. Not really, no. I guess so. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't have said, hey, go do it. I don't know. I'm not really convinced that that's a related incident, but Yeah, pay no attention to him. Of course he's not saying anything that could be a spoiler. No, not offended. It's fine. Yeah, we've had plenty of time to adjust to these situations that we're in, so it's fine. I mean, we work well together, so... Okay. She's saying it because she wants you to go out on your own, because that's what you want, but she wants to make sure you'll be okay, so she says, oh, take care of him. Oh. Well, she's not quite as clammed up as she used to be, but apparently she's still got a little bit of clamminess. To be fair, I have to get to work tomorrow anyway, so... I mean, you guys live here, so... Now Harry and Mira get to put away all the leftovers, and she's probably going to force Harry to do all the dishes because he did nothing. So, well, thanks for the food. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I wandered around already today. I think I'm going to go home. I already had a chance to chat with all the NPCs, so... But yes, thank you for the food. Off we go. Okay, so what's next on the old agenda here, boss? Are you going to wake me up, or am I going to get up myself? Ah, I'm going to get up myself. Very good, very good. I suppose I have to keep some consistency with this, don't I? Because otherwise... Yeah, I'd wouldn't exactly be helpful for Lucy. She'd be a bit disappointed. So, all right. Well, I'm a little sleepy still, apparently, because I was just yawning. But let's see what the day holds for us, shall we? Yeah, apparently I've developed a bit of a pattern, which is good. I don't know about that. Oh my God! Can we not even talk about that? Oh boy. Good lord, she basically is your mother figure in this game, though. So she dotes essentially on you, which is, I mean, I guess that's fine, whatever. All right, off to work. Morning, everybody. Yeah, it was fun. So, yeah, we should. Maybe you can help my sister out with the food instead of having her force me to do it. What's up, Marcia? Morning. Yeah, it was fun. Glad you could make it with all of us. Morning, boss. What are we up to today? Thank you. Well, I mean, you know, I guess we could surprise you. We had our teamwork on the side. He didn't even want to hire me, and it was you that said, yeah. Yeah, we did pretty good together, all things considered. Well, we did get her a little bit more out of her shell, though, in the process, so I'm okay with that. Excuse me. Oh, really? What kind of practice round does that mean? Yeah, something seems fishy in here, and, well, there are no cod in this world, so it sure isn't that. Maybe there are cod, but they'd probably be synthetic. Not a whole lot of actual living things in this world. So. Huh. Okay. She didn't when he was home today, so... Alright, fair enough. Follow me, team. We'll go to the police squad HQ. And we'll see what the hell is up today, apparently. I mean, we were just there. You'd think if they wanted, like, any additional data on us or something for the research labs, they would have gotten it yesterday, but okay. Yeah, that's us. Oh, in the training room, okay. So we still can't go in the chief of police's room, and he won't let you go anywhere else in the whole place, so we'll just go there then. Hey everybody, what's up? Why you all gathered around like we're gonna have a eulogy or something? What does that even mean, Roy? Are you guys gonna be fighting us today? I mean, I guess it's a practice round, so... Yeah, it was a fun time. Would have been pertinent, yeah. Sure it did. Oh, Linda's here too. What's up, Linda? Yeah, it was fun. Okay, fair enough. It's also, again, it's also because she wants to make sure she keeps collecting data on all of our stuff. We're still using Ray, after all, so she needs all the data that she can get. It's their newest Robo, so... Yeah, that's us. Oh, nice, congrats. Well, I just did, so you're welcome? I don't know. I guess they must have not gotten very many people for the singles tournament, though. They mentioned that the 2-on-2 tournaments don't happen very often, so... I don't know if him winning meant that he only won, like, a couple of matches or what, but whatever. Chief, hello. Yeah, I mean, you are the chief of police, so I suppose you'd have to have that stuff prepared. Oh, okay. Maybe we should have been less good yesterday. What would he have done if Will and Wendy won the tournament? Would he have asked them for a practice match, too? Poor guy. Has apparently actual skill, hopefully. Well, I kind of hope so, yeah. I mean, maybe he'll be able to carry all the other generic policemen if he's got some skill. He has a fair point. It does seem a little odd. I would think you guys would be investigating that instead of hanging out here with us and chilling around. Oh, okay. You're gonna force me to do the matches so that way you can tell me your plan for the Robo? I mean, that probably means they're gonna need us to help them, right? So. Oh, okay. Now that doesn't mean 1-on-2. That means he fights Roy first and then Mira second. So that's great. Man. Well, if he did as well as he did yesterday in the 2-on-2, I guess it's not that shocking, so... Alright, so now Marsha's gonna fight. Apparently against Mira and Roy again. So... Is it surprising? I mean... Of course, I'm gonna have a bit of a problem with Mira and Roy this time, because I don't have anybody else to hide behind in this match, so we'll... we'll see how that goes. He really takes his job seriously, doesn't he? Yeah, holy crap, not bad, Harry. He managed to beat his sister, so Marsha beat both of them as well, so that's pretty impressive. All skill, a lot of luck, but all skill. Okay, so here we go. I guess I'm ready to start once Harry gets out of my way. Actually, let's chat with our friends, see how they did. Yeah, I got nothing at the moment, but we'll see in a minute once I figure this out. I don't know, Roy, that you had your safety on? Probably. I do wonder if this is, there's something fishy going on here, obviously, but it's gotta be some reason why they're taking it easy on us, so. At least I feel like they're taking it easy on us, so. I'm surprised they didn't let the singles division guy fight us today, so. Oh. I mean, you already have a Class A license. Isn't that all you need, promotion-wise? Rank A really doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I mean, if these guys keep losing to some, you know, Class D license-holding people, then yeah, I guess it doesn't mean much, so... Alright, Chief. I'm ready. Let's do this! Who do we got? So, not the, winner of the singles tournament just yet. Actually, I think we have to fight a few more battles than everybody else, because I think we have to fight all of them consecutively. Like, we have to fight this guy, and then the singles division winner, and then I think we have to fight Roy and Mira, and maybe even Linda after that, so... I mean, I'll take it easy on you, but that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna win. What you got, Harry? Yeah, so you can kind of short hop a little bit in this game. It's a little easier with certain Robos, especially ones where you can equip leg parts that reduce the height of their jump, but... Yeah, sometimes you... And it helps you with keeping behind walls, so... I don't know what that's all about, but I got it. That's true, so now I know what your game is going to be. You can short hop and I will still shoot you in the face. Okay, so he's got a Lightning Sky model. It's got the needle gun, which can be pretty good. It's pretty quick, so it, yeah, they shoot vertically, so if you move horizontally, you can kind of get around them a little bit, so. And, yeah, we'll just try to do the same thing we do with all the Lightning Sky models. We'll just try to hit him when he lands. And that should work okay. Excuse me. We got High-Rise Plaza. I can hide from the needle gun, so that should be good. I'll stick with this. This is fine. I'm sorry, I keep using the same Robo parts. It's probably pretty boring, but we'll be switching it up a lot in the post-game, so. Okay, we're on a 6. I got some time to mash around. Go over here. I should mash a little more, so I get a little closer to 1. Okay, get away from that. Get away from that. Yeah, the needle gun can be a little tricky to deal with, but that's okay. We'll get it. We'll figure it all out. That's not going to get to him until he's rebirthed. Get the pods out. Move around so I'm not as vulnerable. And then knock him down. Not going to get there with a charge. I mean, that's only 9 damage, which is not great, but I'll take it. It'll work. Ow. Hey, you gave me some height, so now I can get up here. Just shoot from the air with the bomb so it can... If you shoot a bomb from the air, you get a little bit less ending lag, actually, because you don't stop momentarily when you do that, so it kind of helps a little bit, somewhat. No, I didn't get it off in time. Overload ya! The other nice thing about your knockdown bars is that they regenerate over time if you just spend several seconds not getting hit, so that helps a little bit. I was gonna say, hey, lucky number, but, well, it's not so lucky if I keep getting hit. So, get out of here before his pods do some shit to me. Pin him down with the pods that I have, and then blast him. Some more pods. Oh, ouch, needle gun. Put 2 spiders in the same spot. Yeah, that's gonna do a whole lot of good for me. There we go. Got him. I had a feeling he was going to jump and fly, so I said, yeah, you know what? No space. You don't get to create distance. Only I can do that. Combat is pure mess. Different in equipment does visually not make that big of a difference. It's... Watching it, I think visually it can kind of seem like a big mess. The different equipment... It just kind of depends on the Robo. Really, you can use the same parts with the Robo. If it works well with your model, then using the same parts isn't really a big deal. You want to kind of... Mostly you want to find a gun that works well with your Robo model, and that's usually why I stick with what I have here, because the Ray works well with the vertical gun, so... Alright, Adam, take it easy. Thanks for coming. Thank you for the good luck as well. I will kick some more robot ass for you. No, we, the viewer, get to build your Robo, and you have to deal with the aftermath. Oh, that sounds like hell. Maybe we'll do that later, near the end of the game. See what we can do. Maybe if we get a bunch of people in here, because then I can have, like... Okay, we got 4 people in here, so one person choose my gun, one person choose my bomb, one person choose my pod, one person choose my legs, that sort of a thing. Okay, you can talk to everybody in between matches here, but it's pretty much just the same stuff that you've seen. Nothing too interesting, so we'll just keep going. Yeah, so now we got to fight the singles division guy, so... For the department! Sounds so corporate. Yes, so like I've been doing, you want to try to hide behind walls when you're using your bombs, or you want to slide into a wall when you're shooting, because you get vulnerable, and you don't want that to happen, so even I knew that. Well, Mr. Smarty Pants, I'm going to explain it again. Anyway, let's fight this guy. We'll see what he's got. What did the singles division tournament guy use to win? Actually, that could be a bit of a problem, yeah. I recognize the gun automatically. It's the afterburner gun. It can be good. It's very powerful, and it has really high range. The drawback to it is that basically the shots, they start out really, really slow, and then they increase in speed. You'll see when we get there, but it'll shoot off several shots that will stand still effectively for about a second, and then they'll shoot towards your opponent pretty quickly. And yeah, the ground fire and aerial fire does different things. If you want them to be closer, that you can pull them towards you with aerial fire, and if you don't, you can shoot them away from you with ground fire. Which is why I'm going to continue to use the vertical gun, because I don't want to be using a short-range gun when he can outrange me with something like the Afterburner. So, we also have Magma to deal with, so that should be fun. Let's see what we can do and not go to the top right or bottom left at all. So, I gotta mash because that's a 1. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, he had the same idea. I better rush, though, because he's gonna get out before me. Oh, never mind, I got out before him. Nice. Alright, let's get some pods down. Not get hit by his bombs or the Afterburner. I don't want any part of that. The Afterburner has a very distinct sound effect to it as well, so you'll know when he's using it. Not using it yet, but yeah. Aw, we had the same idea, but I was a little bit slower on the trigger finger. There we go. Bomb out. Ooh, got some damage off before his rebirth. Nice. Look at that homing. Very nice. I don't think he's used the Afterburner so far, because I haven't heard the sound effect. There it is, right there. I haven't heard the sound effect, but I guess ask and you shall receive. That's my spider. Get me the hell away from that. I knew it was almost ready to blow up, so I had to make some distance, cover some ground. Don't even start with that shit. There we go. Oh, my pods, or his pods, must have done the work for me. Cool. Because he took like 75 damage right there, so it wasn't me. I was trying to get away from him right there, but oh well. He got a submarine bomb. That's cool. I'll probably go back at this point. Once they checkpoint me, I'll go to the parts generator and check what they've given me, so. I don't know. Good question. Okay, so off they go. Now I gotta fight probably Roy next, if I had to guess. So, yep, that's what I thought. Or, surprise, Linda's gonna fight us instead. Okay, interesting. I mean, didn't you see that yesterday? I mean, I guess yesterday it was a bunch of absolute chaos, so it would have been hard to just check on me in a controlled environment. And she's a scientist, so if she wants anything done, it's usually in a controlled environment, so. Alright, fair enough. Linda, I will face you in a moment. Let me go grab this.
I have 92 bits left and they are all going to you over time.
Thanks, Lifeblood. I appreciate that. And thank you for the 1 bit. It's literally every little bit will actually help. It is getting me a little closer to a payout, and it'll be my 3rd payout once this next one happens. It'll be my 3rd payout since becoming a Twitch affiliate, so. And, I mean, those little bits of $100 occasionally, that helps out with my credit card bills, so. It's never a bad thing. I probably should use it to put it towards the stream because I got it from the stream, but it's hard to do that when you're... I'm not digging myself out of credit card debt or anything. I mean, I probably... it's, you know, just regular expenses, but having that little extra cash as a buffer for it is helpful, so... No, that's fine, Linda. I'll bear with you. Let's see what you've got. Are you going to use the same things as before? Let's find out. Oh, no, I believe you. I saw you fight yesterday. I had to overload you or you would have kicked my ass. Oh, boy. Harry, help him. What you got? Yeah, that's another way that you can dodge around those things with homing properties is by... It's kind of playing Russian roulette a little bit, but yeah, you can dodge them when they get close, because then once they're close to you, they can't dodge... or rather, home towards you as easily, because they would have to turn all the way around. And usually, excuse me, they don't have that kind of homing properties to them, where they can, like, make sharp turns or something. Well, because I have the Ray model there, Harry. Again, if you had eye-scanned the cube instead of getting knocked on your ass on the first day, you would have had this privilege instead of me. I would have just been the background character. But yeah, she's got... I think basically the same thing that she had yesterday. Seeker and Hornet, so that's the main combination you gotta worry about. But she's a lightning sky, so it's the same sort of pattern as all the other lightning skies. Wait for her to land and then shoot her. Try to pin her down with pods and bombs otherwise. So she's got diamond fences. That'll actually help her pretty good, because then she can fly over all the obstacles and cover and stuff. So, ever seen someone give over 250 euros to gift 50 subs? That's a lot of money to be paying for subs. Holy crap. I'm glad that they enjoyed the streamer that they gave that to enough to do all of that, though, because that's going to help them quite a bit. I mean, that's like an instant payout, basically. So that'd get you, what, like, so 50 subs, and, yeah, I mean, $250 all of a sudden injected into your bank account. Ain't nobody going to say no to that, right? So, you've seen a VTuber get 100 gift subs. Yeah, I think I remember you said that about, was that Juniper, I think? Got the... Okay, I don't want to tick over. Good. Get in there before she does that. But yeah, oh my god, just instant payout when that happens. Like, holy crap, man. Oh god, overload. Okay. Yeah, it's the same as I was saying, basically. If what you want to do is when you're staring death in the face, and by that I mean Linda's Hornet gun, you want to overload her. Basically, if you see the Hornets coming towards you, shoot. Because at best, you'll overload her, and at worst, you'll take a hit, but you'll still maybe potentially knock her down. So. Or just dodge out of the way like an absolute champion. That could work too. Set some traps. I like me some traps. Ow. Yeah, her bomb actually helps out quite a bit with this too, because it momentarily stuns you and knocks you up in the air, where the Hornets, it can basically take your bacon, and I don't want them to take my bacon. So. I got overloaded this time. But yeah, because of the Hornet gun, she can kind of bring stuff back pretty quickly, which is just not good for me at all. So. It's a pretty solid gun. And as you can see, it goes over walls pretty good, so... or around them. I was gonna say, I don't think I should fire a bomb here. I'm gonna get horneted. If I keep that up, alright, keep running, because that's gonna help us. You can't time out anybody, by the way, in the main story mode. In the post-game you can, because there's a timer on most of the matches, but yeah, in the main game you can't time anybody out, so nice. Got her right in the close range. Fantastic. Those. Try to get her while she's down. Oh god, okay. Oh, like I said, overloads. Overloads are your friend with this gun, because they home like a motherfucker. So, surprise! Got you around a corner. It is, Junie. Yeah, 100 gift subs. Good lord. Done well so far on this run. Thanks, appreciate it. I think I've been doing okay. So, $50 for 50 subs. Either the switch market from euro to dollars, catastrophe, or we euro guys have to pay more. Oh no, I said $250 going into your bank account. I might have said it softly though, so the 2 might have got cut off. So. But yeah, so if it's euros to US dollars, then you guys, it would be like 500-ish US dollars, which is pretty damn good and quite a lot of money for someone to spend on one other person, so. Haven't seen one loss, unless you lost while you were finishing your step count. You went almost 11,000 steps. Nice, congrats, Marie. That's a lot of steps for you there. I don't think we've lost so far. I'm anticipating it happening any time now because the game's going to stop pulling its punches on me at some point here, but... I mean, to be fair, Linda could have just done that to me, but because of the Hornet gun, but we'll see. Alright, so Roy's our next opponent. We'll chat with him because why not? Yeah, fair enough, I mean... Let's not pull any punches here because I haven't lost yet. Now watch me lose to Roy right away. I think he mainly likes to use... I mean, he uses the same model all the time. He'll use the Halberd model, but I think he likes using the Magnum. I think that's kind of his signature gun, so... Yeah, we gotta be careful, especially in the short range. I'm gonna want to play keep away with him if I can here. Still needs to be a daily thing, at least 10k steps a day, 5 to 7 days a week. Yeah, that would actually really help quite a bit. That would keep you nice and limber. There'd be no, like... Because, see, Cole, the problem with Cole, and I hate to throw Cole under the bus for this, but his main problem is that he doesn't move around enough. At least he didn't when he was still here. So he would have like muscle pains and pains around his joints and stuff like that occasionally because he didn't move around enough. But if you move around like that, you don't really get those sorts of pains. I mean, you get them from the exercise, but after that, everything feels nice and limber, so it's pretty good. I thought he was going to say, I got nothing against bounty hunters specifically, I just hate Harry. So. Yeah, you got a reputation to uphold after all. What you got, Harry? Yeah, Magnum for him and Taser for Mary. Yeah, Taser, so it's called the Ion Gun, but it's basically a Taser. It's a little bit longer range than normal Taser, but yeah. So, works similarly. Okay, so now Harry's going to tell you about overloads, so... And that's what we were doing to Linda just in the last match, so maybe this advice would have been a little better with her, but I guess he had to tell us about how to dodge homing things, so... But yeah, try to get an overload yourself, because then it erases all of your opponent's shots. So even if they're about to hit you, it's better. But yeah, you can't overload with a bomb or a pod. That's actually something that I didn't know. Apparently I wasn't paying attention, but yeah. So shoot. If you're going to overload anybody and you're in a situation where you're in a pinch and you won't be able to dodge their attacks, shoot. Because at worst case scenario, you get knocked down. Best case scenario, you overload them, and then their shots get completely erased. Need to detangle this hornet's nest in your head, get dinner, and then probably get an appointment with both your therapist and a salon. Need your haircut, it's been over a year. Oh yeah. I don't even want to know what my hair would look like if I waited a whole year to get it cut. So yeah, I could definitely see why you'd want to have it cut. Yeah, he's using the Magnum, so everything else is fairly standard, I think. The double wave, I don't think we've seen that one so far. But yeah, this is kind of makes it hard for when you're trying to get cover because these can go through walls, so you gotta be a little careful with that. Yeah, my hair is not curly AF. See, what happens is after a couple of months, my hair sort of curls at the edges. And that makes it really hard to keep it, straight down, obviously. But yeah, it curls at the edges, and then it just looks all gross, like I've got a nasty, thing of steel wool on my head, basically. All right, we got high-rise cell. Got magma to deal with. We'll go from there. Yeah, I can believe that it's so hard to manage. It sounds like it, just from what I've heard from you saying it. So, all right, we'll stick with our tried and true approach. I promise we'll switch things up when I get some different guns, but for now, a lot of the stuff we've been getting hasn't been great. Oh, God. Oh, God. 3. No! Take me away! Okay, we're at 4s, so it should be okay. I can start setting traps up while he's still hanging around. Oh wow, I got that over the high wall. That's impressive. Just don't fall in the lava. That's the only thing I remember. Oh god. You go over here where my pods can cover me a little bit. Cover me, spiders! Oh, I almost covered myself in spiders. Ow. Oh, Roy, you should have... Oh, he left. He did leave. He saw what I was up to, and he's like, that ain't happening, brother. Okay, let's get the hell away from that, because I don't want anything to do with his Magnum, that's for sure. Oh, that's my spider. Okay, wait. That's another thing. Almost Magnummed myself again. There we go. I think I hit him with the end of my charge just there, because usually they don't get knocked down in that direction, so... I would have gotten hit by that pod had I not accidentally gotten stuck on a wall. Oh well, works out. Alright, set some traps, watch out for those pods. See how much homing we can get on him. Oh, okay, got my pods surrounding me. Now, right into that one. Oh god, oh god. How did I not stand in the lava just there? What the hell happened there? Did we charge each other and miss? I'm confused. What the hell just happened? I ain't got no idea what's going on, as usual. That bomb's coming right at me. Get some pot shots off. That should work out. Alright, one more exchange. There we go. Nice! He jumped into my bomb. Perfect. Celebrate with me, Spider Pod! I guess that's a celebration for a Spider Pod. Wander right over and blow up. So. You just noticed Marie's back, yeah. Could have princess curls without a curling iron. That's how curly yours is. I don't know what princess curls are, but they sound like very curly. Only for a minute, you need to take a shower soon. Ah, it's okay, Marie. You leave when you need to take a shower, that's okay. We probably won't be doing too much more today. I think I want to get through the rest of this day today, and then we'll move on after that, so we'll see. Did not look at chat for quite a while. That's okay, Lifeblood, no problem. Well, I'm glad I helped you out there, Roy, so. Okay, so now we gotta fight Mira once we're done with this. And let me go get some parts since we got a checkpoint. Got a wave pod. That's it. Alright, did I get anything from Linda? I don't think I did. Or if I did, it wasn't anything that I'm gonna use, so. Yeah, you seem to have a one-track mind about that, yeah. Alright, Chief, I'm ready. Let's see what Mira can do when we're in a one-on-one match. I mean, I'd like to believe I'm keeping him at his best because he has to in order to keep up with me. So, alright, Mira, sounds like a plan. Okay, Harry, what you got? Yeah, that is fair advice. Yeah, you gotta try to keep moving so you don't end up stuck in a corner. Especially when she's shooting bombs and pods and everything else. If she's got that trio bomb that she had before, then yeah, it's definitely good advice because you'll be trapped. And, well, getting trapped with the ion gun, not a good idea. So, let's see what she's got. Probably, again, the same thing that she had before. Yeah, ion delta. She's probably, this might be a different bomb, but she's got mostly the same stuff, so. What Holocene are we at? We're in high-rise cell again. Gotta watch that magma again, but we'll work on that. So I'll just stick with this, it's fine. We'll do okay, I think. Alright, we got a 2. We gotta start mashing. Go over here. Hey, look at that, I pulled it all the way back to a 1. Get me over there real quick. Now we start setting our traps. There goes the ion gun. Don't want anything to do with that. Oh. Had to do with that just there because, you know, she's got Delta. That's the name of the bomb. I said trio. It's the same difference, I guess. Gotta hide over here. Got a little room right here to maneuver, so. Yeah. Sketchy, 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 that's for sure. Get away from that pod, too. I gotta close the gap a little bit because it's a little easier for me to hit her from, you know, that close to her. It's actually pretty easy for her to hit me, too, from that distance, but hey. It works, it works. Oh, there goes her bomb. And there goes her gun, and I don't want any of that either, so. Okay, well, at least she didn't knock me into the lava. That would have been good. Alright, can I get this off before she... Yep. That's up. Good. We both got a little confused there, it looked like. Oh, that's lava. I definitely wasn't paying enough attention to that. Oh, and there I go again. There I go down the slope, now that I lost 200 health in the past 2 seconds. It's okay, we'll bring it back. We'll just bring it right back. There we go, we got an overload. Perfect. Alright, Marie, take it easy. Go get yourself a shower. We'll see ya. Probably see you on the next one, because probably be done with this one pretty soon. We got a float pod. I think that might be one of the better ones, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So. I don't know about Ultimate, but we do pretty good for ourselves, so. Oh, okay. I have to fight the chief of police? Oh, that's gonna be great. Man. Oh, okay, so you might be a little rusty? Oh, that's no good. Alright, sounds like a plan, Chief. I will duke it out with you. Let me go grab that float pod that we just got. Yeah, I want to say that's one of the better ones, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. Maybe I'll check it out when we're doing this part, so. Yep, ready to go, Chief. Let's see what you've got. He actually has another one of the metal grappler models. He's got the speed model. So it'll be, don't think we've seen it so far, actually. We'll see. Well, I'm glad I got your blood flowing, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good point, because, yep, and it's like I just said, where if they've got, like, a Hornet gun, if it's really slow-moving, then you're probably your best bet. Sorry, I'm brain dead. I mean, yes, that is me. No thoughts, head empty, but I got it. But yeah, you want to shoot when they're slow-moving like that, because best case scenario, you'll overload, and then you won't have to worry about that. Oh, the Chief even has that stance. Again, I wish I could change my character's stance so that I can do that, but apparently not. All right, what you got? Ah, okay, so he's got, like I said, he's got the Metal Ox model. It's the speed version of the Metal Grapplers, and he has the Rayfall gun. And I actually really like the Rayfall gun for Lightning Skies specifically, because it, if you shoot it from the ground, the rounds will pause in midair before they home in on your opponent. But if you shoot it from the air, they don't pause in midair, and they have long range and good homing as well. So that's why I like them with a Lightning Sky, because you're always going to want to be in the air anyway, so you might as well just shoot the Rayfall at that point, you know. So the rest of his stuff is pretty standard. Caboose, ground. Ground is actually pretty good for the Metal Ox and the Metal Grapplers in general, because you don't really want to be jumping too much with them. So, and we got High-Rise Cell again. I gotta watch the lava. Let's go check that float pod that we got. That's faint, not float. Circles over a target's head and then attacks. Deploys 2 pods at one time. Blows target back at a low trajectory. Deploy them frequently to rattle your opponent. Yeah, that's actually not too bad, because it circles over their heads, so it kind of homes in on them pretty good, and it's, I think, a little bit faster. Like, the spider pods are traps, mainly. This is more of a distraction, so that if they try to jump, they get rocked, so we'll give it a shot. I might even use it for a while, to be honest, so, because it's pretty good. What do we got? I got a 1, I think. Yep. Okay, so start mashing already. I'm going to go over here again. Didn't quite go in the same place I went before, but that's okay. Alright, so send out the pods. Now, I think, yeah, it sends out just 1 pod at a time, just like before, so. Okay, get me the hell away from that. Yeah, see, there's the overload that Harry was talking about, so. Yeah, see, those are a little bit more, a little bit faster moving, those float pods. They don't quite get there as quickly, but oh god. That's okay. Just remember, you can't knock this guy down very easily with your shots, so you're going to have to be a little careful. Okay, we had the same idea. Unfortunately, his idea didn't pan out for him because he goes over top of my head with his charge. So, okay, I'm hiding over here. Those Ray Falls are spooky! Oh god. Okay. I might get away from it, but I did not quite. So, stay away from me, man! Actually, don't stay away from me. I need to I need to cover some ground here. Okay, go here. And I was gonna say, I might get away with all of those getting over there, but nope, not quite. I'm gonna go try and absorb a few of those, and it definitely didn't work out. My gambit did not pay off, so... Okay, I'm getting stuck again. Eh. I gotta get the hell out of here, because he's messing me up now. What I gotta do is I gotta not stay out in the open. I gotta play a little more defensively. I say as I run directly at him. There we go. Just had to distract him with the pods, and that was it. Tough match, though. He's pretty good for an old dude. Yeah, Rayfall best weapon. Those purple shots are my shit. Yeah, they're pretty good. I wish you got the Rayfall gun right here, because it would give me an excuse to use a Lightning Sky, but unfortunately they give you the Sword Storm gun. It sounds metal as fuck, but it's not. It's really bad. Like, it basically does something similar to the Rayfall, but the shots don't do as much damage, and they don't have nearly as good homing properties. So it's just kind of a... I wouldn't use it. It's not a very good gun. I used it a decent amount when I was younger, and so did Cole, but I've learned the error of my ways since then. The Swordstorm gun is not so good. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know about that, but okay. Well, thank you again. I'm glad we got something over Dark Blue. Usually they seem to take all the jobs from us first, so... license test? Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have that, so, You're gonna make us take the Class S test? Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute. I thought the police squad was the highest, and there's this Class A. I mean, I guess it makes sense that there'd be an S. I mean, usually if you're ranked in a game, it goes up to S rank, so, or further. So what are you trying to do? Turn us into, like, some sort of special task unit or something? Well, it's not actually far from the truth. Oh, so I'm guessing one or all of you, probably all of you, are Class S commanders then, huh? Oh, it was all for us the whole time. Okay, interesting. And yeah, they're all Class S commanders. We managed to beat them pretty handily, other than the Chief, but... yeah, the Chief was really the only one that gave me a run for my money, where I'd be like, yeah, I could see him being Class S. The rest were, like, Class C. So... I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. If you can't, you know, talk about... Well, of course, Harry, he said 4, so... Yeah, but she's the scientist of Robo, so of course she'd be Class S. Excuse me. Oh, okay, fair enough. We also were kind of in the dark about this because, yeah, we don't really know why we're taking this just yet. We're just being told, take the Class S test because you're good enough. Okay, why? Take the Class S test because you're good enough. Oh, okay, so that's why we couldn't go left before, because they had other stuff going here. There's a restroom and then an examination hall. Which I guess would be kind of weird, considering, you know, most of the police squad would be rank A. They'd be like, oh, why do you need an examination hall if, you know, if you're rank A, we've already got the highest rank, but apparently not. Yeah, apparently all 3 of us are going to outrank our boss now, so that's going to be fantastic. I don't know how he's going to take that when we tell him. I don't even know if we can tell him if he's a civilian, because apparently these things are classified, so... Well, what about, not that I want to take a bunch of tests in a row, but what about C, B, and A there, Mr. Chief? Oh, okay. A test machine and beat the test robo. Okay, I mean, I guess we've done that already. I mean, it's going to be harder, but, yeah. If that's what he thinks this is all about, then, I mean, I wish I could think that simply. There's something strange going on here, and this test is... It's for a specific purpose, and they haven't talked about why, and apparently Linda's going to tell us what it is, so we'll figure that out in a little bit. Let's chat with everybody else first, though, before we go. I will do the best I can, Mira. Thanks, Roy. That's surprisingly nice of you. I expected that your bad attitude towards Harry would just rub off on all of us, but apparently I've proven something to him, so that's great. There's the Swordstorm. It looks cool. Don't be taken in by its looks. There's a standard pod, so I'm not going to use that, but, you know, it's there. Alright, well, let's go. Hello, computer. Okay, I guess you're ready to go. Let's see what we're fighting, shall we? Oh, goddammit, not again! I thought I got away with from you not yesterday, the last time we played. Yeah, in order to take the Class S test, we have to fight Rahu. Again. Definitely something fishy going on here. Why would they... I mean, I guess after our fights with... our fight, singular, with Rahu, they might have gotten some data off of us. I mean, Linda was kind of, you know, saying that she's examining our data from the Ray battles that we've had, so maybe she got some data from Rahu. Why is it in the Class S test? I don't know. I mean, I would imagine that it's the same robo for each of the Class S tests, but Now, what do I know, right? He may hate you, but credit where credit's due. Yeah, I guess he can't argue with the results, can he? I'm going to switch back to the spider pod, I think. Just because I like the ability to trap people with it. So, or actually, no, because he's a lightning sky model, so float should work really well on him. Because they'll just float towards him, so. Alright, let's see how bad Rahu is this time. Last time, it got a little hairy. This time, it might get hairy again. Let's see. I got a 4. Okay, don't move. Don't move. Don't tick over either. Okay, good. Because now I'll get a quick 200 damage off. 182, actually. But hey, if it works, it works. But yeah, those float pods should make it a little easier to hit him. I mean, his aerial maneuverability is ridiculous, but the float pods should make it a little easier to keep him on his toes. That was not smart of me at all. It's just that they're slow moving, and he has the ultimate legs, so of course he's going to move very quickly and outmaneuver them. Ow. Ow again. Okay, come on, man. You're jumping, and you're not getting hit by my pods. Also, you have more knockdown resistance than I gave you credit for, because you just got out of that way faster than a normal Robo. There we go. Let's keep shooting out our float pods. Try to keep them active at all times if we can. Nice, one of them blew up on him. Good. Aw, he got the charge before me. Ow. How do you like it? Oh god, get me the hell away from that. This one could be close again, folks. We'll see. Ah, some bullshit. My minor homing properties were not enough. His were too good for mine. Ow. Oh god, not again, okay. Pod's going. Bomb going. He likes to play keep away, doesn't he? Guess I can't blame him. I play that all the time. Oh god, yep, there we go. There's our first loss. I knew as soon as only 2 of the vertical gunshots hit him that it was going to result in me dying, because his gun does not mess around. Yeah, Rahu is the autonomous Robo that we saw from the previous, on the previous stream. Yeah, so. That's what I'm wondering, Lifeblood. If they use the same Robo for all the Class S rank ups, I wouldn't be shocked, but it makes me wonder why the police knew. Like, did they know about Rahu before he started attacking people? Has he been around longer than we're being led to believe? I might go with the flame gun, actually, because it has the same down, I guess. And, I mean, if I'm going to be getting into that section, I might not want to use the flame gun because of that. Yeah. You know what? Let me try this back out, and then we'll switch around if we have some more problems. The Rahu fights are not easy, so if I made it look easy before, which I know I didn't in the last time, yeah, I got a 3. Mash like there's no tomorrow. Well, he's at almost the same thing as me, so that's good. There we go. Okay, good. Get these going. Some spiders for him to play with. And then hide. And then hide like there ain't no tomorrow. Just keep myself covered here. The mercy about his gun. He uses his gun very often. The mercy about it is that it's kind of a little bit more short range than what you might expect. So try to stay away from him, basically. He's playing keep away right now, but if you stay away from him, you actually have a better chance of dodging his gun. And his gun is the most powerful weapon in his arsenal, pretty easily. Like, his pods and his bombs do damage, but they don't do that kind of damage, so, yeah. I mean, obviously we're going to have to create some, like, close the gap eventually, but that doesn't mean we have to do it now. But you don't want to be in a situation where you're exchanging with him, because he has so much knockdown resistance that he will not give you any closure whatsoever. But try to overwhelm him with pods and bombs and all that stuff, and, well, it probably still won't go well for you, if I'm being honest, but got him. Okay, let's get the hell out of here before... Ow, that's... Because, yeah, as you can see, his damage output is obscene. It just... He does all the damage, and there is no escape from it in most cases. So, another one of these. What the hell was that? Okay. Get me away from that now. Seeker pod. You know what? I'll take it. I don't know what happened in that exchange, but I'll take it. Oh, the cover didn't even help. Out of here for that. Actually, I should have probably blown that pod up while I was in Rebirth. That would have been smart. Oh well. There we go. Alright, get away from the Seekers, but also from my own pods. Well, the pods are doing good work. That's good. Because I could use the help. Oh god. Okay. Gotcha. Very nice. So there's our first loss, but we got him. All right. And that means we got our Class S license once we, you know, leave the room. Thank you, computer. And yeah, it was in fact that Robo. Our case may be special, I mean, usually. Yeah, they might have something different before, you know, for other situations. Like, they might have had, like, maybe some fancy legendary Robo. Like, maybe the Chief's model is used in the computers and other ones, like Mira's test or Roy's test or Linda's, but... I don't know, I can't help but shake the feeling that something funky's going on between the police and Rahu. It was... You had to fight Rahu too? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, and it had the nature park again. Well, not the nature park. No, Flower Garden's the one that looks like the park. So, nature park is that one. Well, now you guys know what I was up to. Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, well, that's good, I think, but what does that mean? Because there's a lot of questions here and not a whole lot of answers so far. Oh, okay, so that's why... Fair enough. Man, what's Ernest gonna say? He's gonna be like, hey, where'd you guys go? I thought you were supposed to go to work today. And we're gonna be like, well... So yeah, we found that out from the opponent data, but yeah, the opponent is Rahu. And, okay, what do you mean by that? Maybe Ray will be a future Class S battle test. It's possible if I keep winning out like I've been. I mean, I just lost, but that's okay. We're on like the 10th day or something at this point to not lose until now. That's pretty good. Not to toot my own horn, but you know. Okay, so wait, it's living. So does that mean it's organic? Are those actual veins and stuff popping out? But oh, okay. So maybe, have you had information about its data since that happened, or? You'd think we would have been told about this in school, yeah. Oh, how did you erase that from the minds of every citizen? Like, I would think that somebody would keep the oral tradition alive, because they wouldn't be able to catch everyone. So by natural, you mean, like, not astroturf and metal. Oh, okay, huh. Well, that's no good. So this is post-apocalypse, in case it wasn't immediately clear by all of our surroundings. Fantastic. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean... I'm surprised that we don't cultivate plants in this world, though. I mean, we cultivate artificial-looking ones for the purpose of scenery, but we don't cultivate actual plants, which seems strange because you'd think we'd want to, like, I don't know, rebuild society in some way if he destroyed most of it. Uh-huh. Oh, boy. I mean, to be fair, we did just fight a whole bunch of battles in a row, and it ended with us fighting Rahu, so... They'll need the rest for the crazy shitstorm that's about to happen. What do people eat here? Good question. I would imagine they eat something similar to the... Like, most of the stuff that they probably eat is similar to, like, the sort of synthetically made material that they give to astronauts, but we did just eat a full meal at Mira's that wasn't, like, toothpaste, basically, so... Maybe they can make certain things artificially. I don't know. Thought this day would be over. You want to take a shower? Yeah, we lost to Rahu, so in the Class S test, so it took a little longer, but that's okay. I mean, I guess it's not okay because they just told us that there's some crazy secrets we have to keep, and now we have to try to go to sleep, considering we now know a government secret. Oh boy. Later, Harry. Well, I think I'm going to wander around to clear my head about all of this, but yeah, then we'll go home. Probably a good idea. We'll see what everybody's doing in the area, and then we'll go home. Oh, okay, thanks. I'm still concerned about what they could possibly want from us, but, you know, we'll figure it out later. Yeah, everybody tells me that, Mira. You and Harry both. I guess you are brother and sister, so... Yeah, you missed me losing. His gun was too powerful, and I was trying to close distance too much. It did not work out. We got him on the second try, but that was because I switched back to the spider pods. I tried the float pods out, so... I switched back to the spider pods and mostly let them and the bombs do the work, so... You know, the boss isn't allowed to know any of this stuff, not even that we are Class S. That's a bummer. I got my ass handed to me. I mean, I got him down to like 300 HP, but still. Yeah, but we can't even tell Ernest about any of this, or any of these people, so... It's a secret we're gonna have to keep, and I don't know how good I am at keeping secrets, so... Right, so what'd you come up with? Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. What's up, Marcia? Clearing your head, huh? Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you are kind of introverted, so it would make sense that you'd want to go somewhere quieter. Still trying to think of words, huh? That would make sense in front of the word syndicate, either, you know? Oh, boy. I don't know, and I don't care. It's been 3 days, and I'm hungry again. I don't think we can go into Harry's house now that I think about it. We might be able to go see him, but... Oh, yeah, he's not home yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you can go into Harry's house until the... Like, by yourself until the post-game, so... S-Class, about time you get some recognition, except we can't because no one can know. It's the worst. We got less recognition. Oh, okay. So that's why it's still scrolling around there. Oh, look, no earthquake this time. Dendai Don's luck must be turning for the better. Oh, Sherry's outside again. What's up, Sherry? Oh, okay. She hasn't come back yet. Yeah, she was at HQ, so... I got a lot on my mind, Sherry. Got a lot to think about tonight, that's for sure. I don't think there's anybody outside, though. Okay, nope. Yeah, we can't even rank up officially. We're still being called bottom feeders because everybody still thinks we're all D rank. Oh, boy. What's up, Ernest? Kinda hard to talk about. You could say that, yeah. We'll just go with that. Alright, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Ernest. Off we go. Let's go see Sophie, we'll go see Trish, and then we'll go see Lucy, and tell nobody! And then we'll go to bed. Gonna need to sleep. Not that I'm gonna be able to, considering, again, I know some government secrets now, so... Yeah, the pressure, Sophie. It's too much! Oh boy. Wait. The Robos are fighting each other? Robots? Computers? You need to train? Couldn't you just do that in your sub-processing? I'm so confused. This is why I like walking around, because I never knew this stuff. This is great. No, but I mean, if they attack here, then I guess you'll be okay. I feel like that kid is kind of almost like a Persona secondary protagonist, because he's always here training. Kind of reminds me of like Akihiko or something, now that I think about it. Alright, let's go see Trish, and we'll go home. I gotta go to Bogey's too, but... Oh, Harry is here. Great. Yeah, that's the plan in a minute. Harry, you spilled the beans. Oh boy. Guess we can't trust him to be, you know. Do I even want to know? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's not too bad then. There's the groupie still trying to take his Class D test. Let's go see Bogey, since I didn't see him. I kind of skipped over his cafe. That's okay. What's up, Bogey? Oh boy. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know about that. You're gonna have to hold some more gambling matches in the back room just to make your rent. Good lord. Especially since the waiter's bored. All the more reason to have another illegal gambling operation. Alright, let's go see Lucy and then we'll go to bed. Lots on my mind. Oh. You could say that. Mess up? I mean, I did lose, so. Oh my god, Lucy! Oh, okay, huh. I never would have guessed. Oh, okay. You were clumsy, but you were able to shoot peanuts out of your nose at a distance? I feel like those two things wouldn't really be... Like, they should not be mutually exclusive. You know? Huh. Or they should be mutually exclusive, because, I mean, I imagine if you trip and fell with a peanut up your nose, it would hurt. Like, a lot. But... Oh my god, wow. I mean, I guess it depends on tags, right? Well, we've all made a few mistakes today. That's okay, we'll have a chance to sleep it off, but will we have any chance to get any sleep, considering the fact that we now know that the government has known about Rahu for a little while, and they have plenty more to tell us about the world outside? Find out on the next episode of Custom Robo, the Stream Edition, which will be happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be posting the schedule on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord in just a little bit once I get the description done for this one. But yeah, I'm going to stream again tomorrow, so that way I can keep moving, because I don't want to keep anybody in suspense about what the government knows. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And like I said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then, take care, and have a good one. I'm going to go to bed somehow, despite what I now know.